Good morning, everyone. How's you? I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm tired. That's all right. Bart Parker, good morning, Kiss. Good morning, Bart. Glad to have you back. Glad to have everybody back. We change here a little bit. There we go. You guys see a little bit closer. Yeah, that's a little bit too close. That's about as good as I'm going to make. Take a look over here. You got Alyssa's blowing. You got Rougarou over there. I'm doing their 8 a.m. thing. We got Voodoo over here doing their 8 a.m. thing. We got Stretching McStretchison right there, stretching his 8 a.m. thing. Smart move. You get them stretches in. Save your life. Richard Benson, good morning. Or morning. Well, good morning, Richard. How are you doing? Jen Wellborn, good morning. Wellborn family watching. Well, hello, Wellborn family. Happy to have you here. Your kid Flash is looking good out there, as usual. I don't think I've seen him play a bad game yet. Fun to watch. Win or lose, fun to watch. It's always funner when the win, though, right? Okay, I'm going to change my voice, and I'm going to do my morning introductions for the other stuff. So, be prepared. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with day 4 of the NBHL Texas Division 2025 season. For another 4 games this morning. That's right, bright and early, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Gotta love that. And in our first matchup today, we will have the Red River Rougarou going against the Beaujour City Voodoo. Jen Wilborn, Grad Flash, LOL. Yeah, that is true. Mr. Wellborn for the Voodoo graduated 2 days ago, Friday. Congratulations to him. A golf clap. I don't know if Mike picked it up. I found out last night, that Mike doesn't really pick up a whole lot other than my voice. So, sorry. That's all I got. That's all I can do. Um, but hopefully, we'll be able to hear a bit of excitement expressed by me. Mark Weldon says, "Go Voodoo, go Brody Weldon." We got all the Weldons. Not all the Weldons. We got Mark in the chat. We got Brody on the Voodoo. I don't know if that's all the Weldons. I hope not. Mark Weldon says, "I'm watching from the oil patch." Hey, hey. What's the oil patch? We're not waiting on you or anything. It's okay. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's a big siren. That means game start. And our first game is underway as the Voodoo win the face-off back. A little bit of defensive back and forth for the Voodoo. Sullivan got it over to his partner Spriggs. He sends it up ahead. Now Voodoo gained the zone. Brett Lee bats out for the Rougarou, though. He's back in. Sullivan. And then sent ahead for Caden King. He walks it in. Centering pass pushed off the stick by Riley Spencer. Now Voodoo will take control. Here's Ladate. Sending it ahead for Guderian. And Guderian with it now. Backhands one. Ooh. Sullivan gloved it down. It looked like it almost went in the back of his own net. It didn't. It was nowhere near close. But it could have. Never know. As King does all the chasing, I think somebody walked by and crop dusted me. That's gross. Yummy. That was Wellborn. There's it down, Lodato. Back to Staples. Staples over to Guderian, who takes the shot. And that's a goal. That beats 21. I'm just gonna say that's speed up. All right, so we got a goal scored by number 9. That's Chad Guderian. Assisted by Matt Staples. That's Lodato, I believe he said. 21. He comes down over here. And comes over to Drew Bear. He's having a good day. I talked to him earlier this morning. He says he's doing good. Dugan with it now. Drops it back for Bear. It's a good day, Bear. Sent back over. Dugan taps it over. Wellborn sends it up. Bear keeps it in. Sends it back down. Goes right through Brennan Benson. Looks like he's wearing his correct number today. If that's not him, I'm going to be highly upset. And then you're just messing with my names, folks. I don't appreciate that. Here's Will Daniel, or Willie D as they call him. And sent ahead. Here's Benson now. Changes the zone for the Rougarou. Now he's pressured by Willie D. And right there at the top of the slot, middle of the slot, wherever, Dugan took a shot, didn't make it through. The forward sends it right back down. And tries to get back over to Benson, but Wellborn, Brad Flash, as we call him today, putting on his jets, gets to it, pressured by Bear, doesn't let him have it. Wellborn protecting it well. Haha. And then he just sends it behind the net. His teammate. And the Rougarou take it though. Now here's Dugan with it. In his zone. Loses the handle. Does well to get it back, then immediately taken away. Voodoo stand on the passing attempt. And Riley Spencer now for the Rougarou. Get it up to Lodato. Good little dotting play by O'Toole. Keeps Lodato from going anywhere with it, at least for a moment. He gets it over to Guderian. Guderian gets it back to Lodato. Lodato back to Guderian all the way over. And a little bit of back and forth. No goal until now. As it comes back to the point for Brett Lee, he shoots, he scores. That is number 2 for the Rougarou. As I remember, I have a scoreboard here. There we go. Who do what now? 41. All right, so I have a score by number 41. That's Brett Lee. Assisted by Chad Gertie, number 9. I see you got some chats, so I'll read them in a minute. Got it. I'm not messing up anymore. So maybe I'll never get to them. I'm always messing up, folks. Lodato tries to pass. Godfrey doesn't let him for the Voodoo. And then comes back. And Spencer got it. Sends it back to Guderian. Pass goes through Lodato. Now here comes King in a battle. Staples helps him out. And back to Staples. Drops it for Brett Lee. Gives it over to Lodato. Lodato's going to try to pass it over. That got interrupted. And Brett Lee with the foot. Gets around him. Now here comes King for the Voodoo. Centering pass. Ooh, good shot taken from Guerra. Number 87 on the Voodoo. And Clerk just kind of lost the handle and walk around there. And gets it back. Brings it back in the zone. Beats all the defense for a moment. Now Staples dumps it over to Lodato and goes for a change. Lodato's going to chase it down. This pass didn't find his teammate. Then it finds a Voodoo. And Abe Bear and King will battle for it for a minute. Abe Bear gets to it on the backboard. He's pressured by Guerra. And now back over as the Rougarou go offside. All right, who's saying what now? Mark Weldon, I'm watching from the oil patch. Yep, we read that. Kristen Kennedy, hello, Kristen. Let's go Voodoo. Yeah, let's go scoreboard too. Did you see me yesterday? I did horrible. Mark Weldon, I work in the oil field. Oh, okay, well that makes a whole lot of sense. Rougarou playing like a different team from last night, says Richard Benson. Are they? I only asked that. I'm not questioning what you're saying. I'm just simply asking. I saw a lot of hockey last night. I'm sure a lot of other people did too. But the problem is I don't get to just watch it. I got to talk about it, do a bunch of other stuff. So I don't get to really absorb it. So, yeah. I have no analytical data in my head left for any of this stuff. As it comes back for Ford at the point, he takes a shot, and that's in the glove of Spida. And that'll give us a whistle. With 4:35 left in period 2, score is 2-0 because my scoreboard's correct. Thank you very much, Kristen. Not calling you out or anything. It's early. It's early, and I'm tired. So, sorry. You guys are going to have to deal with that. And Dugan wins face-off all the way back to the point. Over here. There we go. Ford. For the Rougarou. Backhands it. Brigg gets it for Voodoo. Tries to pass. Dugan interrupts. Takes it. Voodoo getting along the boards. Darian pinching in. Takes it away. Centers. The shot taken from O'Brien deflects up into the ceiling, and that's a whistle. And a stop. As Lodato wins it back for the Rougarou, gets it over to Staples, who wrist one, and that's going to beat Spida. And that'll give Rougarou number 3. 9 and 21 on the assist, 33 on the goal. That's Matt Staples. Assisted by Chad Guderian and Josh Lodato. .406 left in the first. It comes right to us. Staples sends it over to Cook. Staples with it now. Gives it to Lodato. Lodato protects along the boards. Back to the point for Cook. He slaps one. That goes into the far corner. Walks up the boards. Now Riley Spencer with it. No, goes through him. He gets it. Sends it over to Cook. As the Voodoo with pressure. Passed over to Lodato. Brings it back in the zone. Walks it forward. Pass across. Guderian to Spencer. Back to Guderian. Back for Staples right at the top of the slot. Over to Cook. He'll walk it. Nope. Send it. And shot taken off the post by Guderian. My. I started saying that all night last night. I don't even know why. I gotta stop with that. I don't even know where that came from. So, Lodato with it in the corner. Top of the point for Spencer. He gets it over to Guderian. Guderian centering for Staples. He'll walk to the goal line, sends it behind the net. for Lodato on the near boards. And Brett Lee. Over to Spencer. The Voodoo bench is reminding the players on the rink that it is 5-on-5. All right, Brett Lee with it now for the Rougarou. He sends it back for A-Bear. Mr. Good Day, A-Bear. That's what I'll call him today. Better than Herbert, right? That's Gadarian. Brings it back in. And Guerra had it for a minute. Staples took it away. Now it comes all the way up to Brett Lee. I'll send it for Lodato. Got a little bit of space, a little bit of time. Sends it across. Oh, his pass for Gadarian goes right through him. He tries to center again. That's intercepted by DeClerc for Voodoo, and they'll break it out, send it down, and ice it. And that'll give us a whistle, and the Rougarou will get a change. But Parker says, okay, Voodoo, let's get some goals. I know, right? They're trying. I guarantee that. Dugan in the face-off against DeClerc. Dugan will win it. And gets it over to Benson. Benson, his pass interrupted. Comes back to the point for A-Bear. He sends it back to Benson. And Dugan, taking a shot, just goes wide of the net. That gets picked up by Brown behind the net, then taken away by Wellborn, who throws it up and gets it out of the zone. Ford chases it down for the Rougarou, drops it back. Brown's there to get it. His pass blocked by the stick of DeClerc, and Voodoo come up with it now. Don't get around the defense, though. Now Dugan bringing it in for the Rougarou. Gets it over to Brown, back to Dugan. Knocks it over and scores a goal. Just like that, they beat Spida. Let's see what the official calls say. 11 from 55 and 12. That's scored by Brennan Benson. Assisted by Brad Dugan and Scott Brown. Now we're all in the know. 1:09 left in period number 1. As Lodato wins the faceoff back for the Rougarou, gets over to Gadarian, locks it in, gains his own, takes the time, takes the shot, and beats Spida. Gives the Rougarou number 5. Just like that, folks. .102 left in the period now. Official call is 9 assisted by 25. 9 assisted by 25. So Gadarian assisted by Nathan Ford. And Voodoo come up with it off the face-off and immediately go offside. They'll bring the face-off right about here. And Lodato bats it out of the air. Staples going to pick it up. Walks it in, looking for another. Takes a shot. And that goes right through the wickets of Spida. And with 51 seconds, they get one more. And that was scored by Matt Staples, number 33. I believe they said the assist came from Lodato. I could not hear that. I don't think they understand that. I'm like 5 feet above their heads. Can't hear everything. Have to speak louder, people. As I do believe Voodoo won that faceoff. However, the Rougarou come up with it. Now Gadarian gets it over for Lodato. He's immediately ascended upon by 3 players. For good reason. As Gadarian takes a shot. Pad saved by Spida. Ends up in the boards. Up the boards to Lodato. Lodato protects it. Gets it over to Riley Spencer. Back to Lodato, who had all the space now, but loses the ball. And Spencer takes a shot. Spida says, thank you, I'll take that. Puts it in his glove and holds on to get that whistle. 20 seconds left in period number 1. And the pass from Rougarou went right in the perfect spot to go through everybody. He's up out of the zone, but they get it back. Staples, the shot pass, that got blocked. And now here comes McNeil on a breakaway, takes the shot, and that is absorbed by the goalie for Rougarou. I don't think that, is that McAdams? Wearing a different number. 29. Yeah, Hinton? Is Hinton in net for the Rougarou? Say what? I don't know. I'll get clarification on that here in a minute. As Ladaro wins the faceoff back at the end of the first period, the score is 6-0. We got a 60-second break, and I'm going to see if I can. That is Mike Hinton in net for the Rougarou. Look at that, folks. See that stash anywhere. Walking down. I don't know if you guys seen that new Pringles commercial, but they missed out when they didn't cast Hinton. I'm just saying. That commercial was weird. Really weird. I think that was the first shot Hinton saw. You guys ever come to one of these live games, you'll see what it looks like. See a grown man standing on a ladder doing stretches. I imagine it looks quite weird. I don't film myself, so I don't know. But it feels weird, I'll tell you that much. That's a long time standing on a ladder. I'll tell you that. And that whistle means our second period has begun. As the Voodoo get it, bring it in, walk it. Couldn't get control, and right through the crease. However, a Bear able to slap it out of harm's way. King gets to it, though. And now that's going to get picked up by DeClerc. Sent up to the point. Back to King, back to DeClerc. Along the boards, King sends it back to DeClerc. Gets through a Bear, and then Ford sends it ahead, not out. And Sprigg sends it down in the corner. King gets to it, wrestles with a Bear. Hope you brought some Bear spray. Dumb. So, oh my goodness. Benson now gets it over to Dugan. And he's stripped by Guerra. And he'll stretch it ahead. King unfortunately couldn't get to it. And a Bear takes it away. Meaning he couldn't get to it in time to corral it. You know, words and stuff, early morning. As Dugan sends it across, and running towards it was Brown. Just went right through him. Dugan, though, gets it back. Centers, tries to get it to Benson, goes through him. Ford will get it, sends it back to Dugan. And Dugan back over to Benson, and his shot goes wide. I chuckled because there was a groan from the bench. It was quite audible, but I don't know if you guys could hear it. Just made me laugh. And behind the net now, gets picked up by Sprigg, and he's pressured by Benson, pinned along the boards. And Brown in there to take it away. Then he gets pinned along the boards. And Brown comes up with it. And And then it's sent up the boards. And now Caden King gets to it, tips it down. That'll be an icing. And they bear collect. We'll bring it right down here. Jen Wellborn says, best announcer ever. Oh, well, thank you, Jen. You are making us laugh. Well, good. That's half my job. That's 50% of my job is making you guys laugh. The other 172% is all this other stuff I'm doing. Why, Chris? That makes up more than 100%. Yes. Yes, it do. You're not wrong. Oh, neither am I. Oh, anyway, Ladano wins it back now. For Guderian, over to Cook, to Lee, to Guderian, who takes the shot. It goes wide. Staples going to pick it up. Has it along the boards. Sends it back over to Guderian. Back to Lee, who takes the shot. No, and that was blocked by King, unfortunately, from the Voodoo. Not unfortunately, excuse me. That was blocked by King, fortunately for the Voodoo. It pops up over the net, ends up behind the boards, and now we're way behind the play. Brett Lee's got it again, sends it over to the point to Cook. My goodness. And Cook's going to take a slapper. That goes well wide of everything. Ladado centers. Darian. Got it in circle. Gives it to Staples, top of the slot. Back to Ladado. Just runs through him. But he takes it away from Sullivan. And now centering past Staples with a shot. And that's loose. It falls right in front of Spida. And comes out. And Voodoo sent it all the way down, and that was an icing. Voodoo bench didn't like it as the Rougarou goalie was coming out. Play it. All the confusion. But regardless, it happened. Let's move on. As Ladano wins it, Guderian to Lee. He stands on his pass. Excuse me. Guerra gets the stick in front of it. Guderian over to Staples, who takes a shot. And Spida with a sliding blocker save pops it up into the ceiling, and that gets a stop and a whistle. 6 minutes, 16 seconds left in our second period, excuse me. Hey, where's my period help? There we go. Oh, it took me half the period to realize that. There is a 6-goal differential, so that clock keeps running after the whistles. So we're now down to 5:45 as Guerra gets it over to Cook. Sends it over to Staples, goes through him, though. And Aiden Kerr doing well to protect as Ladado walks it forward, throws it behind the net. Staples waiting. Sends it over for Guderian. Back to Staples behind the net. Up to Cook. All right, that got interrupted by McNeil. And now walking forward, Guderian takes a shot. And beats Spida, giving the Voodoo one more. I'm pretty sure that was Guderian. Let's see what they say. All right, number 9 on the goal. That's Guderian, assisted by number 42. Who's 42? 47. All right. Roger Roulette with the assist. It's early for all of us, folks. Early for all of us. The Rougarou come up with it. Walking in. Shot taken by Benson. That gets deflected all up into the everywhere. Ends up in the boards. In the corner. Voodoo had it. Can't see who that is. We'll get there. That's there. As the Rougarou go offsides, we get a whistle. And we'll do another face-off here. So score 7-0. If Rougarou get one more, that'll be the end of the game. Looks like we're going to do a center face-off. I believe that was an errant call by the referee. I'm not sure. They don't tell me nothing, folks. I just got to figure it out as I go. Most of the time, I just make it up. I did not just admit that. As they send it down, Bear gets to it in the boards. Runs it around the corner. Brings it up, avoids all the sticks, drops it back. However, Rocky was there for the voodoo. I don't think Bear realized that one. Doesn't matter now, though. Here comes Scott Brown. He got the back for Dugan and poked off his stick. Voodoo bringing it back. And 25, Race gets around everybody. It's only for a minute, then the Rougarou send it up and ice it. Richard Race, number 25. .245 left in period number 2.
I already know I suck.
As the Rougarou come up with it off the face-off, Brown sends it ahead. Pass out of reach. We can get it for just a moment. Now it's gained the zone. And Bear with it. He'll 10, send one to the crease. Great stop by Stita. Now Dugan turns and shoots. That's deflected up over the net. Ends up in the near corner. Bear wrists one towards the net. Good stick saved by Stita. And he'll slam that glove down and take a bit of a breather, give a bit of a breather for his team. Rougarou looking to put this one away. Is this their only game today? They might be ready to drive home. Long drive for them. No, they got another game in 11. You suckers. Hey, look, the floor. Derp. Sorry. Darian. Pass goes right through Cook. And Brady Weldon doing good to force Rougarou to dump it in as he was trying to clear it out. Johnson comes it ahead for Godfrey, who lobs it up and down, and icing will be the call against the Voodoo. So we're just going to follow Mr. Ford here. He makes his way all the way back down to the face-off. That's a profile shot of him. See Ford in action, doing the Ford strut. As Mr. Ford strut comes back to get it. Gets it over to Darian. Legato. This pass finds a couple of Voodoo players. They send it ahead. Godfrey doesn't get it out. Cook sends it back down low. Staples there to retrieve. Trying to pass to Darian. Couldn't get the handle on the stick there. And he's got it in the near corner now. Pressured by the Voodoo. Johnson finds some space. Takes the shot. Grabs it with his blocker hand to get that whistle. At the end of our second period, that's taking care. Voodoo, they may be down by 7, but they're out here having a good time, folks. I don't know if you can hear them. You probably can't. That's really unfortunate. I'll see what I can do about that for the future. But ain't nothing I can do about it this trip. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Also, there's only so much testing that a man can do not at a hockey game. And then, unfortunately, when I actually bring this to you is when I get the real test. And I see that, oh, half that didn't work. Oh, great. Yeah. That's the story of my life. Just so you guys know. Man, that siren's loud. As period 3 is underway, the Rougarou win it back as Ford sends it ahead. Finds Guderian, who lobs it. Glove down by Godfrey for the Voodoo. He's got a little bit of time, so he tries to send it a little bit ahead. He does, but Ford gets it back. Guderian lost a bit of the handle on the stick. Maneuvering. Handling, as they call it. You know that word. Staples centered. Interrupt. Comes up off the boards. Lodato finds it. Gets it over to Cook. Cook gets it to Staples. Right on the doorstep. His shot goes off the side of the net. Voodoo capitalized on that. Ford keeps it in, if only momentarily. Voodoo send it out. And they do well to keep it in. Guerra now walking center. And off in the feet, it eventually gets out of harm's way for the Rougarou. Sent ahead, here's Guderian now, crashing, walking, shooting, and scoring. And that is the end of our first game, folks. Pretty sure the same thing happened yesterday in the first game. Maybe it was the second game. Barb Parker says, actually, I can hear more of the background today. Oh, well, that's good. Number who's he from what he's?
9:33:41. He didn't get the second.
Okay, 9:33:41. All right, so that was scored by number 9, Chad Guderian, assisted by Matt Staples and Brett Lee with the secondary assist. That's going to do it for this game, folks. Final score is 8-0. Thank you for being here. We got another game coming up, so don't go nowhere. Ha! You guys thought I was leaving, didn't you? Well, I didn't. I'm still here. That was just for my other stuff. So, yes, we got another game coming up. That game ended early, so we got a bit of a break until our next game. I don't even know who's playing. You think they tell me these things, but they don't. That's a lie. I got a schedule right here. I know who's playing. It's going to be Shreveport Raging Gators against the Lone Star Legion. So that one's coming up. Excited for that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for finding my papers that I can't find. There they are. Found them. I guess I am excited about that. All right, so Lone Star Legion, Shreveport Raging Gators. Is that correct this time? Should be. We'll find out. All right. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to take a little bit of a break, stretch my tired legs, get off this ladder for a few minutes. But we'll be back a good few minutes before the next game starts. So don't worry. The stream's staying up, all that good jazz. I'm just going to shut up for a bit. And I'm going to take you guys away from the camera so I can make some updates and whatever. All right. So we'll see you. Next game's in approximately 17 minutes. We'll see you in roughly about 10 or 12. All right then. Hello there, friend. Got a few minutes here. I don't know if we're starting at exactly 9 o'clock or if we're starting a little bit earlier. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Silence in the chat means you're doing horribly. I will take it as such. I know what that sound means. Our Parker, just waiting for the game to start. Well, yeah, know that. Me too. Oh, don't even get away. No. Fly just came up to say hello to my face. I don't need that when I'm 10 feet in the air on a ladder. No, thank you. I wear glasses, folks. One of the scariest things, anybody wearing glasses, is when a bug gets stuck between your eye and your glasses. And it's just bouncing around, poking you in the eye, slapping you around. You're like, oh, what the heck? Flies and crawls into your pupil, becomes part of your brain, and you just become this weird fly man. I'm just saying, never know. It could happen. All right, we are getting some full team pictures, and then we'll get this stuff started. Watch our photographer, Alex Garay, do her wonderful photo work. She did not wear glasses. She didn't have to worry about flies crawling in her brain. Just saying. Wish me. Legion waiting patiently. All right, photo ops have concluded. We get our third siren. So it's time for intros from Mr. Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, game 2 of 4 is about to get underway. We have the Lone Star Legion going against the Shreveport Raging Gators. In net for the Legion, we have Patrick Hashem. And in net for the Gators, we got Levi Dew. Our referee, Michael Hinton, Mr. Stash himself. Dropping the ball. As we do, and we're underway. Kate Campbell picks it up for the Gators, sends it back to the point for Cozine. Campbell all the way across, shot taken by Austin Haddock, goes wide of the net. Picked up, Gators looking to start out strong here. Back to Cozine, sends across for Haddock. Haddock to somebody, I think Campbell, can't see his numbers. It's all good. Wrist shot taken, blocker saved by Hashem, goes up behind to the backboard. Excuse me. Picked up by the Gators. Then ahead, Campbell. And that's a good stick from Fandrick for the Legion. Gets it out of the zone. He pops, chases. Battles for it along the board. Comes up with it, sends it across to no one in particular on his team, but Cozine gets it. Sends it back to Haddock, I think. And back to Cozine. And now sent ahead for Stephen Dinger. He's pressured by Eric Stelzel, making his weekend debut. A few Legionnaires were out yesterday for whatever reasons. They are here today, looking to get some wins for the Legion. That ball bounced off the boards and the glass, popped almost right in front of the net. Cozine does well to keep it in the zone. Gets it over, starts crashing. Centering pass. That is found by the Legion. Today is not a good day for numbers, folks. That's Salzburg, by the way. And Legion are getting some changes. Getting caught here, maybe. Then again, so is the Gators. Brandon Fisher also making his weekend debut. Coming out. Good pokes with the stick. Bringing it in all by himself. He'll wrist one towards the net. Easily sticked aside by Dew. Ends up in the far corner. Gators want to bring it all the way back up. Gain in the zone. Good stick. Finds Fisher. Sent ahead. Goes through everybody. Cam Bowe's going to give chase for the Legion. But Gators get it out. Back it out. Now here comes Jesse Anderson, number 17 there for the Gators. Centering pass. Cleared out by Andrew Gullett. Draw it up. Poked off the stick by Aker. And Anderson making moves. And the ball eventually ends up in the far boards. Gullett's going to pick it up. And looking for something to do with it. Doesn't see anything, so he just sends it all the way up to the point for Aker. That bounces just to the side of the net. Sticks aside by Hashem. Set up out of the zone. Now Alex Garay with it. And she loses it. Anderson for the Gators. He stood up by Gullett. Gullett walks it in. Gets it out. Sends it over. Pass goes through everybody, so Austin Farmer is going to dump it in. Then it'll get picked up by John Sadler, who sends it around. Saman up the boards. Gators send it right back in. I don't believe it came out, so they're still onside. Behind the net finds Campbell. Centering pass, walking in, tripping over his own feet. Unfortunately, was Garrett Pfeiffer. He was point blank on that doorstep. Couldn't get the shot off. The gem stick to the side. Gators, though, still putting on some offense. Sloan now. Gives it to Cozine, I believe. No, that's not Cozine. I don't know who that is. I can't see their numbers, folks. I'm just making it up as I go along. You guys don't even know. I can be saying, like, oh, look, Timmy Bobob just iced the ball. And you have no idea. You don't know. You got to believe what I say. Oh, Timmy Bobob. At it again. That's a wily character. So an icing was called, but Legion are contesting it. Refs are going to talk. It looks like they're bringing the face off to center. That's an errant call. We'll blame that one on Timmy Bobob. Sorry. All right, I'll stop with that. Wily Timmy Bobob. Oh. Can you tell it's too early for me? I hope so. 6:06 left in the first period, by the way. Gators win the face-off back. Sent ahead, Campbell. He's got it. His pass attempt. Blocked by Saman. Stick. Then centering pass. Gets over to Pfeiffer. He's in the circles with it. Sends it up for Campbell. And all the back and forth tic-tac-toe ends up behind the net. And then a couple of whacks taken. Good stops by Hashem. Sent up for Campbell. And another shot taken by Pfeiffer. Does not get through. Comes up to the point. Back to Pfeiffer along the boards. He sends it over. Pass goes through everybody. And then it's tipped ahead. Not out. Hodges keeps it in. Sends it down. Campbell now. Across. And rolling one was Pfeiffer on net. Hashem gobbled that up. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Easy stop for Hashem. 5:15 left in the first now. I like when they like start at one circle. We're like, oh wait, we're gonna go over here. I'm ready. I wasn't watching. And I look up and I'm like, oh gosh, they move. Diaries of a cameraman, my folks. Diaries of a cameraman. Sounds like grossly dirty. Anyway, we're not going to go any further with that one. As the Legion battle on the boards and then pushed right off of it. Austin Haddock takes it away. Excuse me. Yep. 7 hours of talking will do that to you, folks. Walk it in. I don't have a mute button to just stop myself when that stuff happens. So apologies if I cough in your ear. I promise it's only because I'm doing a good job. Sent over for Brandon Fisher now. Takes the shot, and that went wide. Looks like we got a delayed offside for penalties. Offside. Which is no longer offside. As the Gators have possession. Bring it over. Grayson Farmer. Centers for Creighton. And up to the point. Haddock doing a good job keeping it in for the Gators. Steps in. Walks it forward. And tries a backhander, and Hashem's like, hold up now. Take a breath. Slams that glove down. 3:56 remaining in period number 1. Haddock with a wrister. That deflects up high and bad hit out in the air with a extremely high stick. They'll bring the face-off out. That was like a high stick, like if you were playing volleyball with a hockey stick. Yeah. That's what I'm choosing to go with. And Legion won the face-off, but Gators capitalizing on it. Walking in. Up to the point. Here's Aker with a shot. That goes high. And centering pass. Wow. Succeeding. As Dinger with it. Loses it. Now the Legion got it in the feet. And Corey Campbell tried to clear it out. Did not succeed. Shot taken by Carter Hodges. Good stop by Hashem. Then it comes all the way out. All the way down. No icing. Aker's going to run it down for the Gators. And he'll send it up with exactly 3 minutes left in the first period. Now Anderson's got it for the Gators. Sends it to the blue line. Shot taken. That deflects up into the netting and out of the rink. And that'll be a stoppage. Yet again. The score's still not nothing. I did not forget to update anything. No one scored yet. And Legion win the faceoff. Simon had it for a moment, and that's picked up by whoever did the faceoff. I can't see the number, so I don't know who he is. As Hagel now loses it. And sent over for Dinger. And he gets it to Hodges. Hodges making moves. Ball's bouncing. Dinger with a shot. That's curving everywhere. Tips pops right up in front of the net. It's still loose. Hodges again. That's not Hodges. That's Dinger. My mistake. Ends up behind the net. No battle. No battle. Doing all the battling. Dinger with it. Centers it for Anchor. Anchor all alone. Takes the shot. And Hashem just absorbs it. Keeping those goose eggs alive. My goodness. Yeah, some of you people watching the last few hours, including yesterday, probably expecting me to say something else right there, weren't you? I told you last game. I ain't saying that no more. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it happened. But it's over. The way, no how. And the face-off shot taken by Campbell immediately. Pops up. And it's on the near board. Another shot taken by Hodges. That was blocked by Hagel. Now comes up the board. Stick lifted. Campbell still has it though. And he spins it up and just out of the reach from Hodges. And they chase it all down. And behind the Gators net now, centering pass. Oh, by Hagel. Nobody else there though for the Legion. Now behind the play, here's Campbell. Walks it in, takes a shot. My goodness, he got his own rebound. I believe the rebound went wide. Ended up behind the net. Definitely a good look for the Gators there. Wiley Campbell behind the play. Behind the defense. Campbell brings it back in. Oh, my goodness. And trying to take it away was Colton Marshall. He threw it right at his goalie. Hashem with the open eyes, though. Saw it coming. Kept it out of the net. Now Stelzel sends it hard at the board. Goes through up to the point. And played down with a high stick as it was floating in the air. So we got the stop and another whistle with 53 seconds left. High stick brings it out of the zone. It was a Gator. You ever thought you'd see Gators jumping up with hockey sticks, slapping balls out of the air, folks? Great picture. Mental image. We need to get AI on that. Where we at? Campbell now. He's got it. Walking in, finds some space. Uses the handle. Ends up in the boards. Pfeiffer there to pick it up. Sends it behind the net. Back to Pfeiffer, who's got a wide open net. And the initial shot blocks, but then he beats the Shem with the rebound. And the Gators are striking first. All right, so Gators. Goal scored by number 22, Gareth Pfeiffer, assisted by William Sloan, number 86. 37 seconds left in the first period. Comes back to the Legion off the face-off. Gullett plays it over into the boards. Now Fandrick gets it in for the Gators. Stays down by Cozine. Yes. And he'll send it up. I do believe that's Haddock. Could be wrong. Can't read. I can read. Just can't see what I'm supposed to be reading. And centering pass, shot blocked. At the very, very tippy top of the slot. Now Fandrick's got it for the Legion. He's running it in. Centering pass. Nobody there eventually, though. And then the Gators throw it into their own bench with 1.75 seconds left into the period. All you had to do was put it on the boards, man. The period would have been over. You throw it in the bench. Now we got to do a whole other face-off, make a big thing of it. Just saying. It's a spectacle. I'm joking. Rolls on net, and that'll be the end of period number 1, folks. We got a you-know-how-long break. Ain't very. And then period 2 coming your way. Legion are ready. You didn't hear? You're good. I'm ready too. Gators were already ready. Already. And a goalie equipment issue here. No longer an issue, but still a goalie. So that's good. That's good. Whenever you have goalie issues, folks, get rid of the issue, not the goalie. Especially when it's Levi Du. Don't want to get rid of him. He's a good guy. And period number 2 is underway as Gators won the faceoff. Eric Stelzel, though, keeps him from getting anywhere with it, and he'll dump it in. As Cozy rims it hard around the board. Picked up, taken away, and then slapped off that stick. Gators come back up with it. Now here's Hodges bringing it in for the Gators. Loses the handle on it, though, and there's Hagel. He's dangerous. And he walks it in, gets around Cozy. Centers, goes through everybody. Now here it comes off the board, dumps right back in. That'll get picked up by Monreal. Throws one on net. And around the board. And now here comes Anderson, gets around Stelzel. He's got a trailer in Dinger, and the pass just didn't find him. So he gets along the board, pressured by Stelzel. And around the boards, Hagel will get to it for the Legion. He tries to pass it ahead. That's intercepted by Hodges. He brings it right back down. Dinger waiting for it. I believe that's Dinger. Yep, that's Dinger. Dinger. Like finger. Yeah, I remember things, folks. Hey, Cozy at the red line. Took a shot, did not get through. Hard around the boards. The Legion rim it. Picked back up, though, by Haddock. And he'll pass it up to Cozy, who takes another slapper. Shoulder saved by Hashem. Up in the corner. Legion getting a little penned in here. They have Haddock all alone. He takes it back. Has it in the corner. Centers. And a good stop by Hashem. It's all out in the plate. All the people diving. And now here comes Real. Bringing it out for the Legion. Takes a shot. That goes high of the net. Now Legion will get some much needed changes. However, long change. So Gators looking to capitalize. Eric with a good stick there. That's Stelzel, by the way. Even a shot from getting off. And sent ahead. Fisher lifts the stick. It comes out of the zone. Haddock takes it down for the Gators. Sends it over to Aker. Aker tries to play it off the boards. And the centering pass from Fisher finds the stick of Cambo. And he'll risk one on net. And that gets covered by Levi Du. Legion's still not on the board. 7:22 left in period number 2. And the Gators will win it back. Aker will take it behind his net, rim it around the board. Looks like it hit one of the window pieces. Popped out. Campbell making all the moves. Ends up rolling it towards the net. Stick aside by Hashem. Now Pfeiffer right there. It rolls in front. We got swimmers. They be swimming. It comes up to the point for Aker. He sends it over for his partner in Austin Farmer. And now Pfeiffer picks it up. Loses the handle. Dives to get it to Aker, who takes the shot and throws it into the netting. Didn't hit the ceiling. Play goes on. Now here comes Campbell. Finds Pfeiffer waiting for it. He takes the shot. Didn't get the whole thing. That's Gullet there. Good stick. Rolls to Hashem. Slams the glove. Gets the whistle. And the Legion will get some changes. Change that line. You guys having a good Sunday? I'm having a good Sunday. I'm having a good Sunday now. I won't be having a good Sunday after this. Then I got to drive home. That ain't fun. And right off the face-off, Pfeiffer wins it back for Aker, takes a shot. That just went high and hit the glass. But then from an extremely sharp angle, well, not extremely, but from a sharp angle, the Gators' wrist went on the net, and that just goes through Hashem and gets the Legion one more. And by Legion, I meant Gators. One more. And I'll tell you who scored it here as soon as they walk past me enough to see their numbers. Campbell, all right, Campbell from the Gators. Good job.
11 with the goal, 3 with the assist, 22 with the secondary assist.
All right.
11, 3, 22.
So number 11, Kate Campbell with the goal, Trey Aker with the assist, and Garrett Pfeiffer with the secondary assist. And now making their moves, taking another shot for the Gators, coming off the stick of Creighton. Stopped by Hashem. It comes up and out. Stays down. Farmer for the Gators will get it now. 6:12 left in period 2. Sent ahead. Nowhere near far enough for icing. And Gators will take it behind the net. And all the trippage and the spallage and the spillage happens. We got a delayed penalty against the Legion. Rolled on net. And Hashem grabs it. Now that penalty is no longer delayed. I don't know if they're going to call tripping or cross-checking. We'll find out, though.
22.
All right. Roughing is the call. So I was wrong on both accounts. That's okay. That's number 21 for the Legion, Ivan Primera. So he'll sit for 90 seconds. We got 5:55 left in the second. Legion are down by 2. And the Gators looking to extend that, at least by 1, during this power play. Can they do it? You know me, you know the answer to that question is yeah. Yeah, they can. The more important question is, will they do it? Now that is what we'll have to watch and see. And they'll win it back. Dinger gets it over to Haddock. Haddock sends it down for that guy. And Haddock takes the shot. Then gets the glove. Now, who's that guy? That guy is number 86. Now that I can read it, that's William Sloan, folks. You know, that guy. And this time the Legion will win the face-off back. Take it behind their net. Pfeiffer wasting no time pinning it, trying to get it out. Sends it up to the boards for Haddock. Over for Dinger. And Dinger centering one, but Hagel there. And he backhands it out of the zone. They'll chase it down. And good little stick play by the Legion, preventing the Gators from going anywhere with that for at least a good few seconds. And now it comes across for Dinger. Going to walk it back in the zone. Drop it off for Campbell. Campbell sends it back to the point. Shot taken by Haddock. Slapper on net, but no goal. Comes back out to him. He gets it over for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer walks it. His shot interrupted. Open still comes out. And then cleared out of the zone by the Legion. All the way down. 4:51 left in the second. I'm not sure how many left in the penalty. Not much. And Dinger dumps it down. And it's pinned along the boards. He battles with Andrew Gullett. And I believe Gullett was able to clear on that one. Maybe? Maybe it wasn't Gullett. All right. Gators bring it right back in. Just as the penalty expires, Haddock throws it, does not get through the Legion players. But then stripped by Carter Hodges, and they'll roll one, and that will get through Hashem. And that is the third goal for the Gators. All right. So scored by number 14, Carter Hodges, assisted by number 5, Steven Dinger. 4:18 left in the second. Caught up in all the feats. Gators eventually come up with it and bring it in. Here's Monreal. He just loses it. And now it's sent up to the Gators. And then the Legion send it back down. Some more Gators, and then we got a whistle. And they're going to give Cody Ball a penalty here, it looks like, for roughing.
Original whistle was an offside. You shoved it after whistle.
So Legion getting their first power play. Yeah. All right, so the original whistle was for an offsides call, but then the secondary whistle was a penalty against Cody Ball, number 55 on the Gators, for roughing, as he had a little shove after the whistle had been blown, as they say. So, Legion on the first power play. Aker takes it behind his net and clears it out and all the way down. Gators, the way they've been playing, you know they're going to be trying for a shorthanded goal. And Fisher trying not to let that happen. In fact, all the Legions. However, Hodges has different story in mind. And he's got it now behind the net. Walks around, tries to center. And a penalty against the Legion now, it looks like. But that one's going against Hagel for tripping. So that'll even it up 4-4. 4-on-4. Let's see. Nope, not Hagel. Going against Brandon Fisher. Number 12, tripping.
Let me go.
Say that again. Get time. When is he out? When is he out?
57 seconds, 130. 159. He's out at like 2:30.
All right, so 4-on-4 for like the next 57 seconds. And then Legion will be on the penalty kill. Gators will be on the power play for however many seconds after that. Like half a minute, 30 seconds. I don't know. We'll figure it out as it goes, folks. As Aker now with a good stick, making sure Legion don't get a little breakaway there. Cozine will come up with it, walk it over, and walk it in, and drops that off to Campbell. He'll walk it forward, takes it to the dot, takes the shot, goes wide of the net. Cozine gets to it, sends it up to the point for Aker. Aker's going to slap one, and that curved and went everywhere. But Campbell was there to take a sharp angle shot. But Hashem literally caught that with his jersey as they have to dig it out of his neck hole. The places these balls and pucks and whatever in hockey end up in on goalies is amazing. Sometimes disturbing. I'm just saying. And Campbell sends it back to Haddock, over to Cozine. At the point, Cozine back to Haddock. He's going to wrist one. Over to Campbell. 4-on-4. Currently, 4 now. And Campbell with a shot. Good save by Hashem. Doing well to keep the Legion in this. And the penalty for the Gators had not expired, so that was not a power play, so that was an icing. So no change for the Legion. And they'll bring it all the way back down. 2:34 left in the second.
Hey, power play in 3.
3 seconds left in the penalty for the Gators. Then they will go on the penalty kill, or power play. Burp. And the Gators score! That comes to, I believe it went from Campbell into the back of the net. Let's find out. Yep. All right, so that was scored by Cade Campbell, number 11, assisted by Garrett Pfeiffer, number 22. The score now 4-0. That negates the Legion's penalty, and that happened just as the penalty expired on the Gators. So I'm not sure if that's going to count as a power play goal or not. Have to get the official timekeeper's assessment on that one later. Not me. Whoever checks those stats. Which, if you're watching, hi, sucker. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm the sucker. I'm the one that's got to stand on a ladder for 15 hours so you can watch it. Anyway, we got a game going on, so I'm going to shut up about that and start talking about this. As Pfeiffer now for the Gators. Sends it ahead, finds Campbell. Then they gives it over to Sloan. Drops it off for Pfeiffer. Over to Cozine. He risks one right on that. Hashem lands in his leg pad. And he hunches over to get that whistle. He does. 2 minutes, 9 seconds left in period number 2. I love our stat check. I don't know them, but I love them because they do an important job and one that I don't want to do. Well, I appreciate you. As face-off finishes, the ball rolls right on net. Shem's like, no. Slams that glove down to get that whistle. Let's try that again. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in period number 2. Gators win it forward. Centers. No Gator there, though. Just a Legionnaire. Slammed it into the corner. Sends it around the net. Eric Stelzer will get to it. And then taken away from him by Pfeiffer. They'll battle along the boards. Campbell making moves. Tries to center. Sadler there says no. All the way down. Another icing for the Legion. And we'll bring it all the way back down, y'all. Shot from Haddock goes high over the net. In the glass, backhand attempt from Dinger. I don't think it found its way to the net. And in the slot was the pass, and then comes out, hops all the sticks, but Haddock back to get it as Garay pressures. And then brought back in offside by Anderson. As Dinger brings it forward, Legion try to send it back out. Legion Gators have other ideas about that. Akers sends it back down. Dinger wrist one. Good stop by Hashem. Ends up in the netting on the far boards there. Dinger picks it back up, though. Does not succeed in getting it around Cambry, and he gets it up to Hagel. Now we got a 2-on-1 for a moment for the Legion. Pass blocked. Pass taken. Shot blocked by Aker. And we got a player a little bit hard into the boards. I guess everybody kind of stopped, make sure he was okay. He got back up, said thanks, took the ball and ran. Can't blame him there. And center's over, or passes over to a waiting teammate. Now here comes Monroe getting around everybody. Gets over to Hagel. He takes the shot, and big Levi 2-5 will giving their Legion their first of the game. My goodness. Confirmation. That was scored by number 85, McLean Hagel. Legion broke that goose egg. Now they're only down by 3. We got 26 seconds left in the second period. The Gators and the Legion take a bit of a tumble over each other off the faceoff. Both a little slow to get up. Play goes on. And we got a delayed penalty now. It looks like against the Legion. And no longer delayed. And is it a tripping call or a slashing call? Looks like a slash. I don't know. We'll find out, though. All right, so that's going to go against Corey Cambry for the Legion. Number 88. That will be a slashing call. So, Gators back on the power play for the next 90 seconds. We only got 4 of that left in our period. So they'll have 86 seconds of power play at the beginning of the next period. And they win it right off the face-off. Dinger rolls into the corner. And shot taken, hits the post. And that's cleared out, and that is the end of period number 2. My golly. Yeah, I said my golly. What? Come on. Stuff moves that shouldn't move. That's scary. Period 3 has begun with the Gators, specifically Sloan, taking it into the Legion zone on the power play, mind you. They had a minute and 25 seconds left on their 90-second power play from the end of last period. Shot taken by Pfeiffer, hits the post, back to him. He gets possession, comes around, near corner, walking it forward, looking to center. Looking to get to the point, he eventually does. That's Haddock. Gets it over to Dinger. He sends it back to Pfeiffer. All the way across to Campbell. Good movement. And that one, though, after getting Pfeiffer in the yam bags, he gets it back to Campbell, who takes a shot and beats Hashem and gives the Legion number 5. All right. Scored by Kate Campbell and assisted by Garrett Pfeiffer. Yam bag power, as they say. I don't think anybody says that, but they should. Maybe they won't. You're welcome, Bo. All right. So Gators up by 4. Just about 1 minute down. That was a power play goal. Legion back to full strength now. And they find a way to get it past Dew. I'm not even sure what went on right there, but it looked good. And trying to swing into the back of the net. All right, so that was scored by number 85, McLean Hagel, and assisted by Mitch Salzberg, number 39. Legion answering back real quick, keeping themselves within 3. Creighton trying to make sure that doesn't happen again. Trying to get them one more. He's taken away. And off the board now, Hagel with it. Stood up at the line by Hodges, who takes a shot, and his shot blocked by Saman. It ends up in the corner. Then taken behind the net by Hodges. Centering pass, he fanned on it. He's going to try again, fanned again. Third time might be the charm. Let's find out. Hashem not trying not to let him get a third time. He doesn't. Oh, now he does. Nope. There it goes. Skirts out, finds a Legionnaire. He'll grab it. That's Monreal, by the way. He gains the zone, throws one. It ends up in the corner and up the board. Now everybody pinching in. Gators get to it first, though. Then send it back from Monreal. He walks in and takes a shot, ends up behind the net. Gators getting some changes. Legion finishing theirs. And Cody Ball sends it up ahead. Comes out of the zone. Slapped right back in. Almost went into the Gators thing. Missed them by a couple inches. In the glass. And now here we go for Anderson. Walks it in. Gets it over to Dinger. Goes through. Ends up in the corner. And sent up. Walking in. Throwing it on net with Hodges. It ends up in the near corner now. That was going to get picked up by Fandrich, who sends it around. Dinger grabs that. And he's walking. And he's keeping. Walking right out back on the Jesse Anderson beats the Shem in the corner. All right, so that was scored by Jesse Anderson, assisted by Steven Dinger, number 5. That's another one for the Gators, bringing them within 4 differential, extending their lead by 4. As the Legion win it forward, Gators going to pick it up. And then Legion immediately takes it back. Back and forth. They're going to do right in front of me. That's the worst place to be, and my camera can't follow that. Make people sick. I'm just saying. It's Campbell now with it for the Gators. Just kind of lets the Legion run past him as he stands there with it. And then waits. Sends it over. And Gators get set up. That wasn't me mocking what he was doing. Just pointing it out. And rolls one on net. Hashem slams the glove down. Nothing to mock about that. If they weren't going to use their sticks to poke that away from them, why not? Just wait for them to settle down and then pass it along. See what happens. The point that I'm trying to say is that was a good play. All right, by Campbell. Smart man. Good job. Thank you. Campbell with it now. Making a move. Walking forward. Hashem with a good stop. Rebound comes out. Another attempt. Third attempt. All the saves. Centering pass finds Campbell. He turns another save from Hashem. That's 4 in a row. My goodness. Another shot attempt. That one blocked by Stelzel. Ends up behind the net. Campbell all alone. Someone's got up for defend him. Oh, wide open net for just a moment. Another shot taken. I think that was another block by Stelzel. Pandemonium in front of the net. All the shots. None of the goals. My gosh. What is happening? And Pfeiffer in there to come out. Bring it out. Aker with it. Sends it over for Campbell. He keeps backing up as my camera tries to catch up to him. Thanks, buddy. Pfeiffer centering. And now Campbell walking it forward. Good stick by Sadler, and he'll clear it out all the way down. That's going to ice. They say no ice, you know what? Didn't ice. And Aker throws it up. And Legion bring it back out. Bring it back down. That's Monreal. He sends it over. And Farmer with a good stick, poking it away. Not allowing Salzburg to get the shot off. They'll battle along the boards with it. And then taken by Sloan. He throws it up. Finds Campbell. Sent back over for Sloan. He'll grab it. Gives it back to Campbell. And along the boards. Back to Sloan. Sloan. Back to Campbell. He walks forward. Tries a little backhander. Hashem read it well and then slammed the glove on once it hit his pad. My stars. A lot of back and forth there. I like it. 4:30 left in period number 3, by the way. Hey, we got our first chat since the game started. Charlie D says, let's go Gators. And Levi. Are they going? I believe my score is updated. That is correct. Yes. So you can see how well they're going. They doing what they do. Zach Cozine throws it over to Hodges. He throws one on net, and that's right into the glove of Hashem, who has made a tremendous amount of stops throughout this game, by the way. Dinger wins the face-off forward. And Simon, I think he risked one on his own net there. I'm not entirely sure. Could be wrong. Don't quote me. And then it's sent around. Austin Haddock walking the blue line. Is down below the circle. And that's deflected up behind the net. And Legion throw it around the boards, up the wall. Cozine got to it. Hagel's going to battle him. Gators keep possession. Send it down. Dinger back up to Cozine, who tried to get a shot off. And turn and shot from Hodges goes up above. That ball's bouncing everywhere. Dinger's back to get it. Walking it in, trying to wrap it around. It looked like didn't succeed. Another sharp angle shot taken. Goes wide. Ends up on the boards. Centering. As Haddock was crashing, couldn't get the shot off, and eventually takes a tumble. No call. And now Hagel with it for the Legion. 3-1 somewhere. And it ended on the far boards. Hagel gets it back. Goes in pressuring. Shot thrown at Levi. It's still loose. But we got a whistle. With 3:05 left in period 3. Legion down by 4. Got time to come back. I think I have a mosquito actively biting me in the shin. That's not cool. Get off me. Ah, now the cat. Pfeiffer wins the faceoff, throws it over. Sloan puts on some jets. Can't get past Gullet, though. Well, can't take possession past Gullet. Gullet chases it down. Pfeiffer back to get it. Gets it over to Sloan. Centering pass to Pfeiffer. He walks in. Little poke by Hashem. And then got a whistle. Maybe the net came off or something. Or was that a penalty? That was penalty. I guess it's throwing against Pfeiffer. We'll find out. All right, so that will be a roughing call. Going against Garrett Pfeiffer, number 22 on the Gators. And Legion call a timeout. Cool.
All the shit yesterday, man, it's a different game. All the shit yesterday. Yeah, I literally. Yeah, I'm not. You needed a break.
Someone needs to find a way to safely make a seat for the top of a ladder. Like one that you could like sit in and like lean back without falling to your death. I don't know how they do it. I'm not an inventor. But I look at some of the crap that gets invented and compare it to what I just thought of. Seems simple. I'm just saying. And then they probably charge like $9.99 for it, and I would laugh and laugh and laugh, and then I'd throw it on the ground and run away. That's what I'd do. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't steal it either, but I'd break it. Oh, I was talking to people. That's all good. Me and Mr. Hinton had a little conversation there. He thought I was talking to him about throwing him on the ground. No, sir. No, all the respect. You ref. Why would I do that? I'm way up here. Anyway. As Fisher with a shot. Levi Do with a good stop as it pops up in front of him and then cleared out of the zone. Comes all the way down. Aker with it. Throws it. Hits it. And right out of the rink it goes. That'll be another stop. Charlie Dew says, nice block. Levi Do. It was a nice block. And no, Hinton wasn't thinking I was going to throw him on the ground. He just thought I was talking to him. But I'm like, no, man, I'm talking to the people. And he's like, oh, yeah, people. I'm like, yeah. They're not talking back, but I'm still talking to them. Okay? Fine. You guys are great listeners. And I just said. And Fisher now has it for the Legion as the Gators have a little collision there. Anderson took a little bit of a spill. Backhand one on behind the net by the Legion. 2:18 left. And that is cleared out by Cozine all the way down. No icing as the Legion are on the power play. Fisher sends it over, gets it back. And turn shot pops up. Aker now gets it. Can't clear it out, though, and it squirts free and comes to Fisher. And he'll send it back. Slap shot taken by Gullet. Goes wide. Ends up along the boards. Fisher steps up as they ship it up the glass and down. Here comes Anderson. He's got Farmer with him. Fisher there to protect that, or defend that, I should say. Anderson content to just grab it. They're on the power play. And his pass interrupted, read well by Fisher, taken away for the Legion. Hagel with it now. Brings it in, sends it over. His pass goes through its intended target, Mr. Salzberg, but he does well to keep it in. Now it's sent deep. Power play is over. Gators back at full strength. Now here comes Pfeiffer, freshly out of the box. Thinking about it with Sanders. Loses his stick. Sanders keeps possession, sends it up. Unfortunately, Legion player trying to get a change. Told not to, but didn't play the ball. Sent up, batted down. We got 42 seconds left in the period. And all alone in front, takes a shot. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure if he missed or if that was a save by Hashem. Video review will tell us later. They lob one over here. Now, the Legion looking to get one more pass attempt from Coach and all the tipping. And oh my goodness, what a play! With all the back and forth, the Legion get another. Wow. Went off of 3 sticks. Let's see what the official says. All right, 48 from 27. That was scored by Josh Monreal, assisted by David Fandrich. Now, there was another assist in there, and I don't know who that was, but they'll get credit for it. We got stat checkers, folks. We were talking about them earlier. They'll check that out. We'll figure it. That was so much going on. That was cool, though. That's goal. 12 seconds left in the game. Ain't going to be enough, but that is definitely highlight worthy. You'll be seeing that goal again. I guarantee it. I don't guarantee it. It's not my call. But I'm almost positive. As the Gators bring it in, Campbell looking for one more. Takes a shot right at the buzzer, goes high and wide, and that is the end of our game between the Legion and the Gators. Your final score 6-3. Both teams looking pretty good out there. Pretty dang good. That was fun. Kimberly Acker, this is great, and you make it so much more enjoyable to watch. You are so appreciated. Well, thank you, Kimberly. I'm pretty sure I've asked you this before, but am I saying your name right, Acker, or is it Aker? I don't want to say it wrong. I think you've told me Acker before in the past. I could be wrong. It's still early. I didn't sleep well. I'm just saying. Oh, no. We got another game. Texas Diablo and Red River coming up. I will be disappearing here for a few moments while I update stuff.
I rebuilt it last year.
Refilling my beverages. Our third game of the day. Kimberly, Long A, Acker. Oh, I was saying it right. All right. Acker. Not Acre. That would be the short A. Acker. Long A. I got you. All right. Cool. So don't go anywhere, folks. It ain't going to be too much longer. This game's already late, but they got to get a little bit of a warm-up in, and I got to change some stuff. So we'll be right back. Charlie D says, let's go number 15. That's Levi. Okay, anyway, I'll be back. All right, enjoy. Or don't go anywhere. Come back and then enjoy. Shut up, Chris.
Nice.
Hmm?
That's. I haven't seen someone do that.
It's bad. Good way to wake me up. Good way to wake me up. Pay attention to your pet dog.
Yeah, not like you haven't seen before, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's why I like you having you. Yeah, one later too. Your real job, yeah. Okay.
All right, I think our game's going to get underway here.
Good, good, yeah.
Maybe.
Do you want me to come to scratch this?
How you guys doing? Welcome back. It's our third game of the day. We only got one more after this. Then you can stop hearing me complain and whine. All righty, genties and ladymen. Sorry, I wanted to say that for a long time. Never have. And now I did. Our third game of the day between Texas Diablo and the Red River Rougarou about to get underway. And it is now underway as Lodato wins the faceoff back for Sullivan. And by Sullivan, I do mean roulette. Because Sullivan's a completely different number. As he gets to the head for Staples, Roberts battles along the boards, takes it away. Lodato steps into him, takes it away. Now Staples with it again. Fioca with a stick. Riley Spencer steps up, takes a shot. It goes high up into the netting. Then Lodato back to Roulette. Roulette wrists one towards the net. Tic-tac. Did not result in a toe. Bavarian shot did not make it through. Sent back over to him. He tries it again. This one went high and across. Now Lodato. It's the Staples, and it ends up in the back of the net. I didn't see whose stick it came off of, though. Did he go back to Lodato or not? But the Rougarou strike first.
33 from 21.
All right. So Staples got the goal, assisted by Lodato, number 21. Goal scored by number 33. That is Matt Staples, by the way. So Rougarou win the faceoff back yet again. Ford sends it over to A. Bear, who's having a good day, he says. He told me. I'm passing that along. Now Tellier sends it around. Oh, my goodness. That ends up right on the stick. Brennan Benson. And he throws it, and he beats Kerry Williams, the goaltender for the Diablo. Again, that's number 2. All right, so scored by Brennan Benson, number 11. Assisted by number 8.
Alex.
Alex Ebenick, wearing number 8 today instead of what I have, which is 86. That's okay. That's all right. We got our scorekeeper here. He's got the lowdown on all the names and correct numbers. I'm not privy to have that information to give to you. I'm just saying. That's okay. That's all right. It's fine. Just got to figure out as we go along. We're in this together. Brennan Benson sends it to Dugan, who wrists one and gets another.
55 from 11.
Another goal for the Rougarou. That's 3-0. A minute and 29 seconds into the game. And they bear with it now for the Rougarou. Gets it back up to Benson. He'll gain the zone. I think Rougarou want to go home, folks. As, unfortunately, Benson trips over his own feet. He still managed to get the pass off for just a moment. Diablo take it, though. Get it out of the zone. They'll bring it in. And Bear takes it behind the net. And throws it back behind the net. I think that's Ford that sent it up. I do believe so. And they get it over for Dugan. And he tries to get it to Lodato. It eventually does get there. He passes back to Dugan. Does not get there. Comes back for Hinton, Mr. Stash. He sends it up. Diablo sends it down. Brett Lee will get it as Diablo gets some changes. As Benson will dump it and go get a change. Sidney Fioca for Diablo now. And taken away from her by Scott Brown for the Rougarou. Gets it. Throws it down. Diablo with it. Gets it to Turner, over to Fioca. He chips it past Brett Lee. Here comes Turner, sliding, losing his stick. Did not stop Hinton from clearing it out. Up to Lodato, his pass attempt for Cook. Finally gets there. He takes a shot. That angled left and went wide of the net. And Diablo lob it over Brett Lee. Send it down. Hinton will pick it up. Throw it over. Cook. Willia. Hellier. Excuse me. Sidney's shot blocked by Hinton. Diablo will take another shot. That ends up into the ceiling. Off the stick of Jonathan Rioja. And that'll be a stop. Rougarou going to hold up with it behind their net. The captain, Roulette behind the net. Diablo now, though. Dump it in. That was Watts, by the way. Now Staples will pick it up along the boards for the Rougarou. Gets it over. Guderian got it. Rioja poking at it. Finds Lodato sitting there. He centers. And all the couple backhand attempts by Guderian does not find their way past Williams. Rougarou stand it up. Diablo gets some changes. Over it comes along the boards, then behind the net. Oh, looking to stuff is Roulette. That's taken back and away. By the Diablo. They go offside. Roulette takes it. Sends it over to Lodato. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in our first period, by the way. And he gets stood up at the blue line by Fensky, or Finch, however you want to say it. However it's properly said, I should say. And now he gets picked up by Paul Roberts. And Chihuahua now. Didn't really do anything with that. And walking towards the net, passing across to Staples in a wide open net. He buries it.
3 from 9.
Gets the Rougarou one more. That is official. Score Matt Staples, number 33. Assist by Chad Guderian. Ford now for the Rougarou. Gets it over to Dugan. He walks it in, gains the zone, makes the move, gets around Watts, drops it off. For Evan. Sent back for Ford. Over to Dugan. This pass read well by Fioka. He bats it out for the Diablo. And that's sent ahead for Benson. Fioka. Pass across from Merker. Bear, though, keeps possession. Gains the zone. Lobs it up. And then it squirts out. And Ford's going to put on some jets. So is Merker. Ford will get to it first. Merker will pop in on the forecheck. And a bear over to Dugan. Cross all the way over to Benson. Gains the zone. Perfectly timed. He's all alone. Takes the shot. Good stop by Williams. And then it comes back to Benson. He's got a wide open net. And just buries it. Scored by number 11. Assisted by number 8. That is Benson with the goal. And Alex Evanick with the assist, by the way. As Richard Benson says, much better passing. They are passing quite well. There's a lot of good passes right there. As Kromenacker for the Diablo stumps it in now. Brett Lee tips it up. And Tesoro coming out. Merker with a backhand attempt. That's not Merker, my mistake. That's Kromenacker. And he just did a no-look backhander, and that's going to slide right past the goalie, Hunter McAdams. And Diablo break their goose egg.
22 from 5 and 91.
All right, so that is scored by 22, assisted by 5 and 91. Those people happen to be Mike Tesoro with the goal, number 22, assisted by Brian Kromenacker, number 5. Stephen Roberts, number 21, for Diablo. Now Hinton with it. Takes it behind his net. Sitting on his jet. Unfortunately, can't get it around Chris Roberts. Keeps it in. Now Tuoro with it. Sends it over to Fence, who gets a shot. Goes wide. As it comes over to Dugan. But brought in the zone by Evanick. He'll just roll one, and crashing towards it was Benson, who just couldn't get enough to get the shot straight. Ends up in the corner. He'll get it. Now Roulette over to Evanick. Roulette's going to pinch back in, take it, walk it forward, pass across, and just standing on the shot was Benson. Set up behind the net. And a good sauce from behind the net.
11 from 8.
From number 8, Evanick hops the stick of Dugan, finds the stick of Benson, and the Rougarou get yet another. 2 minutes left in the first. Score is 6-1. When there's a 6-goal differential, our clock will keep rolling. When there's an 8-goal differential, our game will end. Those of you unaware. As Roulette now, trying to get it away from the feet of Philip Turner, who's showing his soccer skills as he lost his stick on what the Rougarou wanted to be a tripping call earlier. They did not get it. And Fioka had it for a moment. That was taken away from her by Roulette. He gets it ahead to Cook, who sends it all the way across for Brown, who walks it in, gives it back to Lodato. Lodato denied by the foot of Williams. And he'll set up behind the net. Gives it back to Cook. Sends it up to the point for Roulette. That's going to hold it. Sydney pressures. He finds a little bit of space. Passes it over to Brown. He throws one back to Roulette on net. Couldn't get a shot. Ends up in the corner. Drops it back. Finds Lodato. Who tries to get it right to Brown. It comes to Fioca instead. She lobs one down. That won't be on net, so that will be an icing. With 57 seconds left in period one. And Diablo down by 5. He comes out. Bear not able to reach it. Fioca gets to it first. Roberts with it now. Sends it around the net. Finds Hayden Watts. He sends it up. Kept in. Great by Brown. Gets it to Lodato. Centers over to Cook. Pressured by Fioca. She takes a tumble. Just didn't have the reach to get it away. Lodato with a shot. His shot blocked. Sends it over to Ford. Back to Lodato. He loses the handle as he tries to step forward. Couldn't get a shot off. Comes back up to the point. Brown back to Lodato. Sends it down to Bear. Bottom of the circle. Middle of the circle. Top-ish of the circle. Lodato with another shot. Another block of his shot by Watts. Cook gets it to Ford. Good stick by somebody. Not Bratton. Turner. And that is the end of period number one. Rougarou putting on some good offense there, but during that last few seconds, Diablo putting on some better defense. What'll happen in period two? Let's find out in a minute. I'll tell you what's going to happen right now, though. I'm going to prove that I'm not completely forgetful. Boom. There you go. Like that. Getting better with each passing period. That's not true. There will come a day where this will be a flawless experience. And I wish I could tell you that day would be soon. It ain't going to be. Let's be real. Come on. But it will happen. It'll be fun, and we'll all enjoy it. We'll celebrate. I'll bring, I don't know what I'll bring. Party poppers. I'll just start shooting them off behind the camera, and I'll just see these streamers falling down. If you blink, you miss my fingers. These guys. What's wrong with you, Chris? What's wrong with me? I'm standing on a ladder for 12 hours. I'm tired. I drove 5 hours to be here. Got to drive 5 hours back. That's not true. It's only 3.5 hours, roughly 4. But I got to stop and take walks and stuff. It takes time. Just saying. Bart Parker says, cupcakes? I ain't going to bring no cupcakes. As our second period is now underway. Diablo looking to try to start strong. And Toro sends it ahead, gets it back, sends it over to the center. And Cromanacker got stripped and then took it back. Now it's sent down. Ford will chase it for the Rougarou. Cupcakes are for icing, by the way. We don't gotta do that for my celebration. I ain't icing nothing. And Staples with it. Puts it over to Evanek, who took a shot, went high, hit the glass. Bratton will pressure now. And over to Gadarian, who gets it over to Ford, who just kind of wrist one. That comes over on the near boards. Staples with it. Tries to get it up to Bear. Tesoro bats it down. Finds a little bit of space. Sends it over to Rioja, who's got all the space. Sends it ahead. And comes up. Bear will get to it as Diablo gets some changes. Now we got a 4-on-2. And there's Staples all alone. His shot just behind Evanek. Couldn't get a shot off. And then the pass to another all-alone Staples goes wide. Or goes through him, excuse me. And then the pass from Evanick over to Guderian, read well by Bratton, who got her stick in there. Took it over. Rubbed down by Evanick. Another good read, I believe, by Bratton and her stick. And shot on goal. Good stop by Williams. And another shot attempt by Evanick. Starting to get frustrated that he's not getting it behind that net. And back to Guderian, who's running it forward. And also can't get it in the back of the net. Now Staples walks it forward, gets caught up in the feet, and then thrown into the Rougarous bench. Wake up. And Diablo cannot get a change on that one. Because it didn't get deflected. It went straight into the bench. They got to wait till face-off. And Diablo will win that face-off. And it comes up, squirts past Brett Lee, who's going to chase it down. And Diablo will get a couple of changes. Rougarous screaming for that ball. Now, yet again, they got a 3-on-1. And sent over. And Benson just couldn't corral it to get a shot off. He had some space, though. As that's thrown up. And out of play. So blown dead. Now Diablo can finish their changes. We can do another face-off. 7:13 left in the second period. Comes over to Hinton at the point for the Rougarous. And Merker slaps it along the boards and throws it down. Brett Lee putting on his Jets. Merker putting on his. Lee gets to it first, but it comes around. Fioka finds it in the corner. She gets taken down by him. And then a shot taken by Watts ends up in the glove of McAdams. That'll be a stop, as they said. As it twirled. Word. And then lobbed ahead. And Aaron called by the referee as he thought it hit the ceiling, blew his whistle. It did not hit the ceiling. That is not an icing, but they're going to redo that faceoff. As Lodato wins it, and now they'll try that again. This time it does hit the ceiling. So that was a good call by the referee. Keep it right here. All right, same thing again. Is Roulette going to try it? No. He says, let's mix it up here. Takes it behind the net. Pulls up. Looking for something to do with it. Finds it. Now Lodato coming in. Can't get around Bratton. No, actually does get around Bratton. But then she finds it. Gets it on the back of her stick. The drop pass not read well. Comes back to Lodato. And his pass interrupted by Bratton to Dugan. Dugan does get a shot off, though. But Bratton gets to it. Off the backboard. Sends it down. And that'll be an icing on Diablo. So back down we go. By down, I mean over here. Six minutes and 8 seconds left in our second period, by the way. As the Rougarou are going to come up with it off the face-off. Brown takes a shot, hit the post. Williams lost sight of it. Set up, Riley Spencer. Sends it back down low to Evanek. Over for Cook. He's got it in the corner. Finds a little bit of space. Centers for Brown. Oh my. And that was absorbed by Williams. No ball. As he held it. Diablo will get a change. 5:46 left in period number 2. As it ends up in the corner. Diablo will get to it, but out it comes. Evanek walks it, kicks his top corn, buries it deep, giving Rougarou one more. Official call on that one.
I got 8 from 22.
All right. So scored by number 8, Alex Evanek. Assisted by number 22, Tyler Cook. And Diablo send it in now. 5:30 left in period 2. Clock will keep running as there are 6-goal differential now. Tyler Cook with it. Gets it to Evanek, who takes a shot. Does not find its way to the net. Then sent over on the near boards. Backhanded up and out of the zone. Roulette here to pick it up. Roulette bringing it in. Dropping it back. Evanek making some moves. Drops it to Roulette. Sends it over to Cook. Cook tries for a shot. That's blocked. Sends it up to the point for Spencer, who took a shot. That hit his teammate, Brown. And then kept in by Spencer. Over to Cook. Cook wrist one. Wrist pass. And Brown fell down. I'm not sure why. I guess because it rhymes. I don't know. But Roulette with it. In the neutral zone. And a good stick by Tuara. Pokes it out. But Red River's got to touch up. They do. Maybe. They do. Yes. Roulette drops it back for Evanek. And he tries to pass it. Batted down by Diablo, but not out. Evanek brings it back in. Gets it over to Cook. Sends it back up for Ford. Ford walking it in. Takes the shot. Arm save, looks like. Ford with another attempt. Diablo tired. Gassed. Can't clear it out. 3:50 left. Period 2. A Bear walks it in. Got all the space. Takes a shot. Goes wide. Ends up behind the net. Diablo tried to clear. Good stick by Brown. Prevents him from doing so. A Bear steps up. Takes it away. Has it in the corner. Gives it over to Evanek. Evanek sends it hard up the boards for Brown. Sorry, you keep rambling like that with hardly any breath. Eventually your brain just shuts down. That's what happened to me. And Tuara will clear it out. All the way down. No change, but that'll give him a chance to take a breath. My God. Richard Benson, you still haven't found you a tripod gear stand? No, I sure haven't. Be safe on that ladder. Just think you could have a chair and place for your drink. I know, right? That's what I'm talking about. Ladder's not too bad. The worst part about it is standing for an hour and 20 minutes in literally the same spot. Kind of starts numbing the back, if you know what I'm saying. But I got my magnetic drink holder, which I'm extremely proud of, on the magnetic wall up here, 11 feet in the air. Well, I at least got that. Now we just need to figure out the chair part. Diablo iced it again. 2:46 left in period number 2. Now, some shot taken by Guderian. Pad save by Williams. Comes up to the point for Ford. He sends it back down low for Lodato. They're rimming around the boards looking for Staples. Yeah. Staples brings it all the way up court, sends it all the way back down. Bear there waiting for it. Gets it back over to Lodato. Centering back for Bear, whose shot goes just wide of the net, and he got caught up with the goalie there for a second, trying to get around in it. Now Diablo has it. They'll clear it out and try to get some changes. Hard change. That was a good roll, though. But still, they got a 3-on-0 over here. But the pass a little bit too hot. Williams comes out, smartly keeps it away from Staples. Now Diablo have it. Lodato steps in to take it away. Staples going to get to it. And then he'll send it back over to Lodato. Bratton's going to pressure. Steps in. And Lodato opts to just send it back down to Staples. And tries to center. It's on the side of the net, and a couple players go down. And some words start being had. I don't know what the words are, and I don't know who went down. It looking like a penalty against the Rougarou. Or maybe a coincidental penalty against both. I think that's what it's going to be. So high stick on the Rougarou. So Diablo on the power play. High sticking by number 33, Matt Staples. He'll sit for 90 seconds. We have 56 left in the second period. So unless Diablo score a goal, they will also start our third period.
I can't start the penalty on the running clock.
Sorry, people started talking to me. I couldn't finish my sentence.
I just can't start the penalty clock on the running clock.
So I was saying something about penalties, yeah. Diablo will start the third period with a power play. So Bratton's going to take a shot from the neutral. That pops up. Sidney finds it, gets to it, tries to center it. Lodato said no. He takes it. Now here they come shorthanded. The Rougarou gets it over to Guderian, who sends it back to Lodato over in the far corner, who looks to center back to Guderian, goes through his legs, now comes out to Brett Lee. Sidney Pioca pressures. Lee's shot gets absorbed by Philip Turner, who grabs it, brings it back for Diablo. Looking to get set up. His shot blocked, and Michael Hinton slapping it out of the air. Said, get out of my zone. Comes back to Bratton. He sends it over to Soro. His shot blocked by Guderian. Merker all by himself. And that is the end of period number 2. Woo-wee. Is this our fourth game? I've lost count. I understand how sad that sounds. No, this is our third game, folks. We got one more after this. I still understand that how sad that sounds. Yes, I lost count at 3. Okay, that doesn't mean my IQ's messed up. It means I'm tired. All right, standing on a ladder. All my blood's in my ankles. Caffeine can only do so much. So 34 seconds left on the power play for Diablo. And Lodato wins the faceoff at the start of our third period of our third game. Tesoro's pass read well by Lodato. He brings it in, walks it in, short-handed. Tries to pass it over to Guderian, just out of his reach. And Guderian with it, gets it to Lodato. Lodato sends it up to the point for Roulette. Roulette sends it over for Guderian, up to Spencer. Back to Guderian. Back to Roulette. Now, mind you, Diablo were the ones on the power play here. And Lodato. The power play is over now, by the way. And walking in all by himself. Finds a wide open net was Guderian, but a great stick block by Rioja keeps the Rougarou from getting another on the board. Lodato's pass to Staples ends up in his feet, then bounces to the corner. Gets to Guderian behind the net. Rioja pressuring. Good stick play there. Off the boards to Lodato. Back up to the point for Roulette. Back to Lodato, over to Spencer. Off his stick, ends up back behind the net for Diablo. And around, Lodato's going to get to it. Bratton's going to pressure him. He holds it well, gets it to Staples. Staples walking in. Can't pick it around Tesoro. And Tesoro gains possession and chips it in for Diablo. And centering pass, and oh my goodness, as Ronnie Spencer was crashing the net, he kicked it towards McAdams, and McAdams put it in the back of his net with his own foot.
19 from 22.
All right, they're awarding the goals to number 19, Zaid Tuora, assisted by Mike Tesoro, number 22. We all know what we saw, folks. They wish they could take it back. And if they didn't have such a lead, I'd let them do it. But I'm not. That's an own goal on the Rougarou. Nothing but love for you guys. It happens. We all do it. I never have personally, but, you know, that's okay. I'm not better than you or anything. By all means. You've been in New Jersey playing an NBHL championship. I haven't. I just have 2 international championships for Canada. But I'm not Canadian. So, ha! Now, none of that was BS. That was all true. But they're not as important as they sound. It's stupid. But that's fine. The stupid works. Rougarou are awesome. But that was an own goal. You got to own that. Now the Dugan looking to make up for it. Didn't succeed as Williams keeps the ball out of the back of his net again. Then it's sent out. And that'll be an icing on Diablo. It'll come down. 7:05. The clock is not Diablo's friend, as it is, even though they got another goal. Well, actually, that's a 5-goal differential, isn't it? Clock's supposed to stop again? I don't know. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. And that's another icing. The clock's supposed to stop, right? 5?
It was 6 differential, then go back within that.
It has to go back within 3? Okay. My misunderstanding. I'm confused. Richard Benson says, LOL. Thank you, Richard. I don't know which one you're laughing at. Probably all my not made up stories that sound a lot more impressive than they actually are. As off of Ford's fist, it goes into the Diablo bench.
Every other league is 2 or 3.
And Ford with it now for the Rougarou. And a shot taken by Benson. Just hits Williams and lands in his lap. Nice, how do you do? At least fold over and get that whistle. 5:53 left in the period. The clock has stopped again. I'm still unclear on the rules there. But we'll figure it out at one point. Hey, Bear with a shot on there. And I think Diablo just got an own goal. As Roberts was trying to give it to Williams to cover. and he lifted up and got 5-hole. So what was it? We're going to find out here. Maybe. Who got the goal?
3 unassisted.
3 unassisted. That's Drew Hebert, unassisted. I didn't see it as clearly as I saw the Rougarou one, but I think that was an own goal by Diablo, too. I'll call it like it is. Diablo did it. I'll call him out on it. I don't remember. I couldn't tell. And it doesn't matter. Because that one just found the back of the net. That was not an own goal by the Rougarou. Let's find out. 11, 8, and 41. Your score is now 9-2. So Benson with the goal there, assisted by Evanek and Josh Lodato. Now Tellier gets it over for Roberts. Sends it down. And now here comes Cook, getting over to Lodato. Gains the zone. This pass just out of the reach of Brown. It wasn't really a pass. It was more like a poke. And behind the net, Lodato with it at the bottom of the circle. Backhand centering. Goes around. Picked up on the boards by Diablo. They'll send it around the net. Lodato's going to get to it on the boards. Send it back down low. Picked up for Scott Brown. Back to Lodato. He's right at the dot. Centers. Oh, my goodness. As Brown had a wide open net. He just couldn't get the shot. The ball is loose. Not covered. Now Diablo finally get it out of the zone. And off with Tesaro's foot. It goes right back to Lodato. And here comes Cook. Sending the cross. Lodato with it. Gets it over to Hinton. Hinton wrist one. Goes behind the net. Romanacker tried to get it away from Lodato. Did not succeed. And now it's to Brown. Back to Lodato. He'll wrist one. That's deflected up behind the netting. And then Hinton loses his stick as Tesoro comes up with it. Gets it out of the zone. And his pass attempt read well by the captain. Roulette for Rougarou. Brown back over to Lodato. Looking like he wants to send this one home. Roulette stripped of the ball. And here we go for Roberts. Chris Roberts. Roulette with a back check. Back stick check. Back stick lift. Rob, whatever you want to call it. Pick. I don't know. It don't matter. Because Rougarou had it. Now Diablo has it back. And that one rolled on net. Off the stick of fence. Tyler's fence, as it were. Brown sends it ahead for Guderian. 2:20 left in period 3. Over to Lodato. Back to Guderian, who takes the shot. And that ends up right between the legs of Williams. And gets a stop. No goal. Clock still running, though, because now we are back at a 7-goal differential. Just under 2 left in the third. And Riley Spencer sent over. Guderian walking it out, centering. Comes right. Oh, my goodness. And we got our goal! And that's scored by Matt Staples, number 33, assisted by number 8, which is Alex Evanek, and number 9, Chad Guderian. That is our game, ending a minute and 25 seconds early. Their final score, 10-2. Man, I feel sorry for the sucker that's got to cut those highlights together. Oh wait, that might be me. Hmm. Anyway, that's future Chris's problem. Stupid butthole. Oh, sorry. All right, we got one more game, folks. You gonna stick around for it? I hope you do, because we got a player over here breaking sticks right next to me here. Dangerous. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. I think he's going to get a talking to. Yep. All right. So, future reference for all you future players out there. Don't go breaking your sticks behind your bench, especially if you're playing in amateur or rec league. Um, Not cool. Also, like I was talking about yesterday, don't be throwing fists. Ain't a single person on this rink getting paid to be here. Everyone has paid out of their pocket to come and play this game. So, we don't have medical insurance for this stuff. It's not cool. I understand getting angry, but be cool. Anyway, I'm going to stop preaching now. We got another game. It's the Lone Star Legion going against the Dallas Marksmen. That should be a fun one. I hope you stick around to watch it. I have a lot of fun with you guys. Even though it's been relatively quiet in the chat today, that's cool. That's cool. Sundays, right? It's supposed to be quiet and stuff. Oh, that? No. But yeah. So if you are taking off or already have, well, bye. Thanks for sticking around. If you are sticking around, well, cool. I'm gonna turn this off real quick. Not off, but I gotta take you to another screen so I can make my updates thing. We'll be back in just a moment for our third and final game of the weekend. Third and final game of the day. Final game of the week. Oh my goodness. Fourth and final game of the day. And our final game of the weekend. This is why I need to stop. Our final game of the weekend. About to begin, folks. It's about to start. Right, here we go. Alrighty, gents and ladies. Our final game of the weekend is about to begin. As soon as the marksmen are ready. They're ready now. Okay. Our final game between the Lone Star Legion and the Dallas Fort Worth Marksmen. About to get underway. And our game is underway as Hagel comes up with it off the face-off, making the moves, getting around Dallas. But now, Fifth Lau brings it back in for Dallas. Brendan Marner with a shot, and Hashem with a nice blocker save, and then Reed lunges out and grabs it with the glove and gets the stop. Lau will win it for Dallas, ends up in the feet of the Legion, though. And Donahue over to Brandon Mono. His shot did not get through. And Harry Sy into zone, making moves, sends it back to Donahue. We got people getting yelled at. And Brandon Marno and Stelzel high up along the board. And shot blocked off the stick of Jeff Diaz. He finds some space, takes another one, and the Shem's going to come out and glove that down as well. Now both teams will get some changes. 9 minutes and 11 seconds left in our first period. And Dallas will win the faceoff on that one. And all the pressure from the Legion coming out, and all the feet. Hicks backhands it over into the boards. Mad Max, Angry Max, Egan tips it up, can't get it out. And follows it in. That was gloved down. McQuaid sends it back up to the point. Hicks back to McQuaid. Tries to get it over to Forsythe. Does not happen. Now Forsythe gets it to McQuaid. McQuaid tried to get it back to him. Put up by the Legion, and a turn and shot from Trent Corbin. Ends up behind the net. Now James McQuaid. Hicks back to McQuaid. He takes a sharp angle shot. That ends up on the near boards here. Josh Hall sends it back down. Gets picked up by Corbin. He's got a bunch of time and space. Sends it all the way up for Wodock at the point. Wodock over for Hicks. He risks one on net. Pad save, block the save. Josh Hall gets it to Wodock, whose shot goes high and wide. High and high. Not wide. Just high. Over the net. You know, words. Fisher now. Lobs it out. Will that go far enough for icing? Yep. Yep, it will. So now we'll bring it back down here. 7 minutes and 41 seconds left in our first period. As Wodock wins the face-off forward, he gives chase, comes up the boards for Fisher. Fisher loses it to Diaz, who takes a shot. And now Hall gets it back over to Wodock. Wodock sends it all the way to the point for Harry Sy. Wicked slap shot. Blocker saved by Hashem. And Wodock runs and takes a risk. That's deflected up. I think that went off the stick of Max Egan. I'm not entirely sure. A 14-on-14 crime there. As Fisher lobs it down, and we'll get some changes this time. No ice. Now Harry Sy with it. Walks it in, and offsides he goes. As Josh Hall was technically a little bit of a step above. Now look at that, folks. That's a referee tying a shoe. Important. Celebrate that. Anytime you see someone out there on that ring tying their shoe, celebrate it. Praise them. Sometimes people don't. I mentioned yesterday, it's been the first weekend since the NBHL started in Texas that we haven't had somebody lose a shoe on the ring. It's literally happened every weekend. Not this one. Not yet. As Donahue takes a shot. That ends up behind the net. Jackson Sy gets it back to Donahue. Wrist one goes wide. Ends up along the boards. Saman sends it up. And that gets past Murphy. Saman chases down. Hicks sends it ahead. Donahue gains the zone. Walks it around. Finds Brandon Marto, who wrist one. That was blocked. Didn't make its way to the net. That came off Fandrick. Gets it over to Hicks. Backhand pass. Goes through everybody. Picked up by Donahue. Drops it back to Jackson Sy. And centering for Donahue. Great stop from Hashem. My goodness. And Murphy now walking it in. Takes another shot. That goes wide of the net. Falls along the glass. Picked up along the boards by Donahue. Walks it forward. Shot blocked. Ends up back along the boards. Comes up to the point for Hicks. Hicks sends it back down for Donahue. Donahue over to Jackson Sy. Goes through him. He plays it up the boards for Murphy. Murphy takes a slapper. Almost redirected. A Fandrick stick. Is that Fandrick? I think that's Primera, not Fandrick. This one looks like a 7. It's messing me up. All right, Hengel. Coming in, and offside go the Legion. 5:16 left in our first period, by the way. If you were wondering. Now you know. Also, for those of you that are unaware, even though all weekend we've seen Red River and Dallas playing against these teams, there is a distinct divisional tier happening in the Texas Division now. We are at Tier 2 and Tier 3. The sliding block from Eric Stelzel does a good job of keeping the pass from attempting. However, Dallas getting a couple whacks, almost got on the board, and a good stop by Hashem yet again. And then the no-look pass ends up coming out of the zone as Wodak has it to Dallas, loses it. Here comes Hagel, batted off his stick by Corbin. And here he comes. Center's all alone. Getting out of the ground. Oh my goodness. Shot denied by McQuaid. Or from McQuaid by Hashem. Holy cow. And the Legion bench getting animated about something. I don't know what. Probably hearing that stop by Hashem. That's my guess. Josh Hall tries to keep it in. Does not succeed. Here comes from Mitch Salzberg. Don't worry, folks. I'll finish my tier explanation here in just a moment. As soon as the action quiets down as Hall gains his own, sends it across to no one in particular. That gives Forsyth the reason to put on some jets, gets it back to Harry Fine. Murphy with a slap shot. I think that hit the post as Hashem poked at it, but I don't think he got a piece of it. I could be wrong. It's a weird angle for me. And Legion's got a little bit of time now. Forsyth standing up Monreal. Monreal just backhands it, tries to get to Fisher. Murphy read that well. Gets it over to Muhammad. Muhammad with a wrister, in and out of Hashem's mitts. And he falls down to his leg pad, and he'll cover it up. Corey Everett, go, Hagel number 85. I'm here yelling from McLean like he can hear me. He can. See, that's what you guys don't realize. I got special technologies. These folks can hear you. They just don't respond to you because they got to stay in the game. You know? They can hear you. So talk, chat. They can read your text too. We got heads-up displays in all these helmets. As the face-off wing goes through Murphy, comes out of the zone, Dallas will tag up. And back out, Randamardo gains the zone, but offside, go Dallas. So, like I said, Tier 2, Tier 3. Dallas Marksmen and the Red River Rougarou are Tier 2 teams. Are in the Tier 2 division. All the rest of our teams are in Tier 3. So what that means is that for the playoffs, we're going to have two sets. We're going to have the Tier 3 playoffs and the Tier 2 playoffs. Tier 3 playoffs will not contain Dallas or the Rougarou. And the Tier 2 playoffs will only contain Dallas and the Rougarou, which means the Texas Division will have two teams going to New Jersey in September. However, we only have 7 teams, which is enough. 5 of them are enough to have a Tier 3 thing going on, but we can't have Dallas and Red River just playing each other 15 games or whatever. So they get mixed in with the Tier 3 teams. But really, those games don't really count against the Tier 3 teams. It's more like exhibition in a way, because it doesn't affect them in the playoff standings or anything like that. So, the thing of the matter is that when you have blowout games like we witnessed a couple times this weekend, it's all good, baby. If it's against Marksman or Red River. As Legion ice the ball, bring the face-off down here. Corey Everett, I'm his mom. He doesn't listen to me. Fair enough, Corey. Fair enough. We do have these heads-up displays that they do have optical power switches that can be turned on and off in all these players' helmets. Well, I mean, I don't want to give. We got those Meta glasses, the Facebook things. We left Facebook, came to YouTube, and they were like, dude, come back. And we're like, no. And they're like, well, we'll give you these glasses. And we're like, okay. They're like, cool, when are you coming back? And we're like, never, suckers. Ha-ha! Thanks for the specs. Now I made all that up. That's not true at all. As Hagel brings it in for Legion. Takes a shot. And Carl Mueller. I think that's one of the first shots he's seen all game from the Legion. Walking it in. Low with a shot. Good stop by Hashem. 1:50 left in our first period. And as Legions don't fully clear it out. Now they fully do, but that'll be an icing. It comes all the way down, cross that goal line. So we'll bring it all the way back. Minute 37 left now. Wodock for Dallas now. It's a Hall. That's not Hall. That's McQuaid. Excuse me. And Wodock who takes the slap, and Hagel with a shot, or a shot with a block. Excuse me, blocking the shot. Words and stuff that people pay me to say and don't realize how bad I am at them. As Hicks with a shot. Good stop, rebound attempted from Corbin. Did not find its way in, but then it comes out to McQuaid, and he does bury it. And that gets Dallas one on the board. Oh my goodness. Get the official call here. 13? All right. So that was scored by number 5, assisted by 13 and number 17. So that's McQuaid with the goal, assisted by Lau and Corbin. They're about to drop the ball, and I ain't even looking. Dallas striking first. Gets it to Forsythe. Gains the zone. Sends it around. Tries the center. Didn't get a whole lot on it. 45 seconds left in period number 1. And falls right in front of him, and he'll cover that up. Making sure Dallas gets no more chances, at least in that regard. 36-77. 36 seconds. Oh my God. 36.77 seconds left in our first period. It'll end eventually. As Harry Stein with a couple of whacks, neither of them get through to the goalie. Then Muhammad comes out and dives at it. Forsythe picks it up, rims it around. As Josh Hall centers for Muhammad. Couldn't get to it. 20 seconds left in the period. And Hall's going to pick up that errant pass. And over Harry Stein with a shot. I don't think that got through either. And right back on Harry's stick. And that one does get through. And that is number 2 for Dallas with 5 seconds left in the period. Unassisted? Okay. All right, they're saying Harry Stein, number 61 with the goal, unassisted. And coming up for Muhammad, 2 seconds left. It comes down. That'll be the end of the first period, folks. So we got another one coming up. Score is 2-0. Dallas getting on the board late. Yeah, the first ones to do so.
You need a Stairmaster, not a ladder.
I need a back massager. That's what I need.
I don't know how you do it standing like that all day.
Like this.
You spend too much time.
Yeah, no kidding. No, it's not comfortable at all, man. I was responding to people talking to me in this physical location with their physical words. You guys can't hear because my microphone is not picking them up. If you're wondering what was just going on there.
Why would old Shreveport got done?
Mueller's almost ready, folks. Mueller. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Our second period is underway, by the way. As Murphy with it now for Dallas. Gets it to Jackson Sy, sends ahead for Brandon Mardo. He sends it across for Donahue. Very good team pairing right here. Doesn't find the back of the net. Brandon Mardo with a little backhand twisty tip. Go behind the net. Slapping, clearing the attempt, does not succeed. Jackson Sy with it. Got space. Stays away from the poke check of Hashem. Comes out up for Hicks, who slaps one. And that one does beat Hashem. Finds the back of the net. That's another one for Dallas. Let's see what they say now. 33 from 66 and 68, they say. That's John Hicks with the goal. Who's 68? And those other numbers I said a minute ago with the assist. Sorry, folks. My brain is shot. Brandon Mardo with a shot. Good block from Hashem. And comes on net. Hashem's going to cover that up. Corey Everett, we can hear you. Standing on a ladder all day? That's crazy. Is it? Because that's what I'm doing. Not all day. What? 4.5 hours today. Yesterday was 6.5 hours. Well, actually. Because you got to count like my setup time and stuff like that. I'm up here longer than I'm actually broadcasting. Yesterday was probably closer to 7 hours. Today's going to be close to 4.5, 5-ish. And shot attempt blocked from Jeff Lau. And into the glove, Hashem says, slow it down now. If you think standing on a ladder for that long is crazy, how about standing on a ladder for that long and immediately getting down, getting in the car, and driving 4.5 hours to go home? Now I will agree with you. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And that's what I do, folks. The love of the game, right? Love of the game. I don't know why I sounded like a pirate when I said that, but that's okay. Let that one go. Comes around. Harry Sy, wrist one, centers, throws it. Jeff Diaz, shot went wide. He's going to try again. No, he's not. He's going to pass it to the point. Not the point, the boards. The Kegel. The Quaid. My goodness. Okay. Reset. Corbin with it now in a corner. Sends it up to the point for Harry Sy. Back to Corbin. His shot rolls on net. Hashem slams it down and gets that one. Slowly getting to the floor. Caught it this time. Corey, 2 ladders and a board between them. See, that's not a bad idea. However, because I got the camera and everything, it's got to be against the boards that, these boards here on this side, under me, has got to be on them. Harry Sy off the face-off. Blocker saved by Hashem. My tripod's against those boards, so when they slam the doors or check into the boards, it shakes my ladder and tripod. So if I'm on 2 of them, I think that actually increases my chance of falling off it. So I'll stick with what I'm doing for now. It's not horrible. I do got a little step. I don't know what they call it. I bought it, but I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's like a little fold-out steppy thing for the ladder. So I'm not like standing on the rung. I did that for a while. Never again. Shot from Wodak goes wide. From Dallas. Oh my goodness, and trickling in and almost in and out. Oh my God, all the almost goals that just happened here. Good defensive sticks from Stelzel. I believe he kept it out of the net 3 times on that. And Hashem blocked 2 of them. Wow. That was crazy. And Harry Sy with it now for Dallas. Sends it around. Set up for Muhammad. Gets it over to Wodock. Legion are getting changes. Another good stick play by Stelzel. Hicks gets it back to Muhammad. He sends it over for Jackson Sy, rolling in. Stelzel clears it out. And just out of the reach of Brandon Fisher, who's trying to clear it for the Legion. Another shot attempt by Murphy from the neutral zone. And then a slapper from Brandon Marto goes wide. Jackson Sy gets to it, sends it to the point. Hicks with a shot. Get the camera over there fast enough. Now here comes Fandrick, the real Fandrick. Not the one I was talking about earlier. Delville now stepping up. And Murphy gets it past him. Finds Donahue. Donahue gains the zone, gets it over to Jackson Sy, takes a shot, blocked by Colton Marshall. Now Hicks with it, sends it across to Donahue. Dallas has touched up. Donahue's taking a slapper. Good save by Hashem again, keeping Dallas from getting another on the board. 5:48 left in our second. Corey Everett says, nice cover. I'm almost certain that's relating to a cover that Hashem did a while back. He's done a lot of them. I'm not sure which specific one you're talking about, but that's okay. There is a delay between stream and what I'm doing, so the chats come in. I'm like 2 minutes behind. Or, well, technically, you're 2 minutes behind. It's not that long. It's like a minute. Anyway, so by the time it comes in, I'm like, huh? What are we talking about? That was so 2 minutes ago. Oh, my. Anyway, shot. Rolls through the crease, ends up behind the net. And Brendan Marto's going to take it, walking out. Looking for a move to make. Gets it to Jackson Sy, whose shot is blocked by Hashem. Brendan Marto back to Jackson Sy, whose shot is stopped by Hashem, who this time covers it and gets a stop with 5:03 left in period 2. Comes over the boards to Jeff Diaz, who takes a shot, goes behind the net. Now Diaz is going to get it again behind the net. Corbin. Shot blocked, ends up in the corner. And shot from McQuaid gets deflected up into the netting in the far corner. Picked up. Now sent across. And up into the Dallas bench. That'll be a stop. I think that went off the stick of Harry Sy. Dallas taking it off the faceoff, but immediately lose it. Now here comes Josh Monreal with a shot that goes wide. Ends up along the boards. That's Corbin, I think it was. Jeff Lau get to it. Back to McQuaid, back to Lau. Couldn't get the shot off. Pass a little too hot from McQuaid right there. And a diving play from the Legion. But these two, McQuaid and Corbin, just back and forth for a minute with the chances. And McQuaid with it again, walking out, finds some space, takes a shot, and beats Hashem. In and out. That's number 4 for Dallas. All right. Referee has determined no goal. We'll take that one away. There was argument about it after conferring with the other referee, decided no goal. Understandable. Wodock wins the face-off. Brandon Morrow tried to wrist one. Legion cleared it back out, though. Wodock with it. There's a good look at the top of his head. Nice and shiny. Brandon Mardo, he's got it in the corner. Walks it around the net. Looking for a pass. Finds one in Procopio. Scorpio's pass interrupted by Fandrick. Fandrick or Drix? I believe it's Drix. Fandrick. Scorpio right there! Pad save from Hisham, ends up behind. And Amardo to Muhammad. Pass did not get through. Fandrick gets it up. Wodock keeps it in. Finds Brandon Amato. His shot goes wide. Scorpio tried to get it over to Murphy. Brandon Fisher read it well. Tips it ahead. Here comes Mueller. Make sure Legion couldn't get a hold of it. Send up to Brandon Mardo. Stells will try to sliding play. We got 3-on-1. And Brandon Mardo takes the shot. That beats Hashem, giving Dallas their actual number 4. Why did this go hurry? Bear with me, folks. I don't know what's happening. Uh-oh. Oh my God. Wait for it, guys. It's autofocus. This is a cell phone, so. Trying to get it fixed. Bear with me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. What is going on here? What is happening? Oh my gosh. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Gotta love technology. But it fixed it. So here we are. Minute and 42 seconds left. And period number 2. Harry's side with the ball now. Gets it over to Donahue. Donahue along the boards. Battling. With Gullet from the Legion. Sent up for Hicks on Dallas. Over to Jackson, or Harry's side, excuse me. Gets it to Jackson's side, who shot, I don't think found its way through. And now, Saman clears it out and down, but that'll be an icing. All right. What have we missed here? Any team t-shirts for sale there today? If so, tell Hager to get one for his mom since he didn't get me a Mother's Day present. Oh, my gosh. Shame on you, Hagel. Ha-ha. And, yeah, the crazy goal save there, reminiscent of Otter's save. Oh, yeah, that one. All the talk about me getting blurry. Thank you. I appreciate those. Wow. And then cheers for the non-blurriness. All right, I appreciate those too. I don't believe there are any t-shirts for sale, but not here anyway, but there are some online. NBHL shop. You can get your individual teams. They got some Legion stuff. They got some Dallas stuff. They got some other team stuff. If Legion clear it out again, that'll be another icing. So no change. 49 seconds left in period number 2. I wonder why it got goalie. It's kind of weird. Don't know. Dallas wins the face-off. Lau tries to get a shot right off it. Couldn't get it. Comes over to the board. McQuaid with it now. Kicks it up to his stick. Walks it in. Passes. Corbin couldn't get the shot. Sends it back to the point. Diaz sends it back to Corbin. And pass goes through Lau. Got it in the corner. Battling with Gullet. Comes up for Procopio. Now Diaz. So wrist one towards the net. Hits McQuaid's stick. We got a player down. We lost his glove, stick, and everything. Comes right up on the doorstep. Procopio keeps it at the blue line. And Andrew Gullet just blocked a shot with his butt cheek at the end of the period after losing a glove and a stick. Andrew, what are you doing to yourself out there, man? Oh, that's amazing. He's still feeling it, folks. I ain't making fun. I kind of am. But it's out of love. Corey Everett, thanks. I'll look online. Yes, I can guarantee you they are online. Whether they're still in stock, I don't know. They might be. They should be. Also, blame the ladder for the blur. You know, that's right. Stupid ladder. Wait, no, I'm still standing on you. You are the best ladder in the world. I love you dearly. I don't know why I say such mean things. I have issues. Don't hate me. And don't drop me. Oh no! I forgot. Last period of the weekend, and I almost messed it all up. Corey, sounds like you have ADHD. Well, not diagnosed. Probably. Well, I didn't want to insult the ladder while I was standing on it, so I was apologizing to it, asking it not to drop me. That would be bad. As period number 3 is underway. Dallas taking it off the face-off. Muhammad dumping it in. Comes along the board. Murphy keeping it in the zone. Takes a slapper. And I think that would be Hashem. Nope, it did not. No goal. I don't know if a camera person with ADHD would be a good thing. It'd be like filming everything. It'd be like, blah, 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 action, squirrel. Murphy with a shot. Right off the face-off. Now that one beats Hashem. Giving Dallas number 5. And that was scored by number 29, William Murphy, assisted by 14, Adam Woda. How come in every, talk about ADHD, they always use squirrel as an example? They do that for dogs too. Now I understand dogs have ADHD. I don't think it's ADHD though. I think they're just hyper aware of literally everything and they just choose what means more to them. That's my guess. Their senses are better than ours. But still, when someone's like blah 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 ADHD, ha ha ha, squirrel, that kind of stuff. It's always squirrel. Why is it squirrel? I think it's because squirrel's fun to say. That's what I think. It's a weird word. Comes out. Eric Stelzo unfortunately can't keep his own. Player takes a spill, loses the stick. No penalty. Hicks with it now for Dallas. Sends it up. I mean, sometimes with as fast as this game goes, I can move my camera like I have ADHD. But I'm following the game when that happens. I just think. And Modoc with a shot goes wide. Rebound attempt from Murphy. Hits the side of the net, I think. Might have hit the leg pads. Not entirely sure. Can't see that side of the net from where I am. Now Jackson side. Dangerous man. Takes a shot. Does not get through. And coming out, Hagel's going to pick it up. For a moment, Jackson side interrupts the pass. And he'll drop it back for Hicks. Hicks sends one across. Brandon Marto's going to chase it down in the corner. Sends it up to the point for Donahue. Donahue back over to Hicks. Hicks thinking about a wrister. Does. Goes wide. Brandon Marto picks it up. Takes it to the top of the circle. Sends it across. And the only person there is going to be Monreal. He's going to take it out and give it over to Hagel. There's the top of his head. Also nice and shiny. We got shiny heads all over the rinks, folks. You weren't aware. And the pass to Donahue went right through him. No touch all the way down. That'll be an icing with 8:08 left. Period number 3, right? Caleb. Now you can't hear me. And you say, I have ADHD. I'm joking. As Harry Sy is going to take it for Dallas behind his net. Set up for a minute. Gets it over to Hicks. Hicks sends it right in front of us to Brandon Marto. And he gets it around angry Max Egan. His shot goes wide, ends up on the other side. Donahue's going to pick it up, walk around all the defense, take a shot. That also goes wide. Ends up behind the net. And centering to Harry Sy. Shot taken, does not get through. I think that was a good block by Primera. I think. Donahue's going to pick it up off the boards, though. Run it up. Harry Sy gets to it, sends it across to Scorpio. Scorpio over to Brandon Marto, all the way across. Trying to find Donahue, but Fandrick gets to it first. Takes it along the boards, sends it up. Finds Brandon Fisher behind the play for Scorpio pressuring, though. Fisher stays with it. Tries to roll one, stick aside by Mueller. Centering pass by Fisher, it's bouncing everywhere. Harry Sy there to take it away. And he gets it to Jackson Sy, walks it in. Kind of gets around the defense over from Trevor Donahue to Brandon Marto. Shot taken. Pretty sure Hashem got a piece of that one. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. Anyway, ended up in the far corner. Now Harry Sy with it, right in front of us. Sends it over to Donahue. Donahue wrists one, blocked. Gets it back, tries again, also blocked. Comes out for Brandon Marto. Taken away, Max Egan. Sends it ahead. Harry Sy pinches up, keeps it in. Sends it down, tries to send it down. Max Egan tries to clear. Harry Sy says no. Now here comes Donahue and straight to Jackson Sy. He can't get the shot off. Donahue behind the net gets it over to Brandon Marto. Brandon Marto chases it, gets to Procopio. Procopio with a wrister, doesn't get through. My goodness, all the diving on the play. Primera sacrificing his body. Keep that ball out of the back of their net one more time. And Donahue with a shot. Max Egan had a stick in the way. That deflects behind the net. And Brandon Marto tried his patented over behind the net play to Donahue. This time it did not succeed. It has before. And Jackson Sy fanning on the shot. Primera bats it over. Finds Fandrick. He'll chip it out. Can't get it around Harry Sy, though. But Harry Sy does bring it out of the zone. And now they will attack. While the Legion go for changes. There's Lau with a shot. Bad save. Harry was standing on the doorstep. And then we got a shot. I can't see the number of who that was. Now I've lost him in the mix of people. Number 11. We got Mike DeSaro yelling it from across the rink. Can't hear that. What'd you say? 17, 13, and 58 is what I'm being told. So that's Trent Corbin with the goal, assisted by Jeff Lau, Jackson Sy. And we got a timeout called. 5:23 left. Dallas up by 6. Corey saying Hagel is definitely shiny. He also has ADHD. Squirrel. Awesome. So once the clock starts, it will continue to run until the 6-goal differential is negated. By negated, I mean lessened to a 5-goal differential, I believe is the understanding we came to, which is what I thought it was. And then, of course, if Dallas gets it up to 8 goals before the end of that 5 minutes and 23 seconds, we'll call the game. And that'll be like the 4th time we've done that this weekend. Okay. I don't remember. Anyway, Hagel now. Can't get it over the blue line. Dallas coming back 3-on-2. In the zone, walk it in. Taking shots. Not getting through. But Corbin keeps it in the zone for Dallas. Bumping in is Monreal. And then Legion send it hard around the boards. McQuaid picks it up. Shot taken by Corbin, goes high over the net, and then it gets to McQuaid, and he beats Hashem at the top of the slot, giving Dallas another.
5 from 13 and 17.
5 from 13 and 17, they're saying. So, number 5 would be James McQuaid, who gets the goal, assisted by Jeff Lau and Trent Corbin, 13 and 17, respectively. Score is now 7-0. McQuaid wins the faceoff back for Dallas. Trent Corbin brings it in the zone. Takes it along the boards. Stelzel there. Brandon Marto comes in to help him out. That's not Brandon Marto, that's McQuaid. And McQuaid with another one. Beats Hashem, and that'll be the game, folks. That was scored by number 5, assisted by number 11. Dallas wins it 8-0. Corey, I'll just come to the next game in person and embarrass my child in real time. Now I would say that's what I would recommend, but then I'd lose you as a viewer on here. While I'd be happy that you get to watch your child in person, I'd be sad because I was going to lose a viewer. But I'm not selfish. You do what's good for you, and I will respect it. But in terms of respecting it, I got to respect the time. And that means it's time for me to go home. Actually, I'm not leaving for like another hour and a half, but I got to pack all my stuff up and get out of here. So, that's the end of our weekend, folks. I hope you had a great time. I had a great time bringing it to you, standing on this ladder and letting my legs go numb and losing feeling in my toes. That's okay, because it's for the love of the game. That's what I'm here to do. Corey says I can watch you live from the rink. Well, you can, but you'd be on the opposite side. Just saying. But that's fine. The point is, I got to go now. So thank you guys for being here with us. We're coming back in 3 weeks' time. That is our next weekend, June 7th and 8th, or June 8th and 9th, whatever the Saturdays and Sundays are that week. I think it's 7th and 8th. I had a schedule. It fell down. The joys of being on a 10-foot ladder. So it's one of those days. So 3 weeks' time, we'll be back. More games played. I think it's going to be the same kind of thing. 6 games on Sunday, 4 games. 6 games on Saturday, 4 games on Sunday, and all that jazz. So, with that said, if you want, this whole live stream is going to be here on this YouTube, Texas Ball Hockey YouTube channel. Next Saturday, we're going to have all the individual games and highlights from all this weekend on the National Ball Hockey League YouTube, so check those out when they go live. Subscribe to their page and all that jazz. With all that said, I've had a wonderful time. Love you all. Thank you all for being here with me, engaging with me in the chat. I hope you had a great time. I'm going to go now. My brain's fried. I will see you in 3 weeks' time. Till then, be safe, love each other, and all that jazz. All right. Have a good one, guys.